I think that to start this session, we're on a little bit of a tense vibe, and I think I'm gonna not do that for the second, because where we had left off, you guys had actually started a somewhat peaceful time in your journey for the first time in the week that you guys have known each other. Last we left off, the group had seen what could only be explained as the apocalypse. They witnessed what we now know as Villith enter onto the material plane, and after meeting a new ally and gathering some information, the party has found themselves in the Godsma Mountains at a familiar monastery for Ansis and a welcome respite for the others. Ansis completed an ancient trial and was given a new mission to seek out his home monastery or his lay, known in Aki. While he underwent the judgment from Yuki, who now no one seems to remember, the rest of the group went full research mode and gathered information on many different people, things, events throughout history, and now the group, fully rested the next day, they seek a way off the mountain and look to journey to their next destination. We pick up with the group having basically been told that they're rucking through these mountains by this guide. He is jogging into the distance like the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs meme. And he is heading down the mountain path. This man, like I had said, is in a gray and white gi compared to the normal black and grays and dark purples that the monastery usually holds. And to start this session, I'm going to have someone roll a d4 for me.
I got you.
Let's go.
4.
Huge.
Okay.
High roller.
High roller, man. So, the skies, whenever you woke up, were pretty bright blue, some light clouds in the sky, but you guys woke up pretty early. As you guys maybe get an hour or so into this travel at a good brisk pace, the skies are beginning to darken, and they grow heavily dark. At first, slight snowfall begins, and then more and more snow dumps down. This will slow your travel for today. Instead of taking only half a day or so to get down this mountain with a guide, it will take you closer to the entire day. Throughout your time on this mountain, though, you see that this is a pretty well-known path. However, you guys do see that it's not like entirely well maintained. There seems to be new things that maybe even the guide has not necessarily experienced, and he's kind of taking it in stride with you guys and being like, oh shit, didn't know this was here, let's go this way, kind of thing. However, you guys come across what looks like a very well-known part of the path. It's about a 25-30 foot span of a ledge that sits across a rock wall with maybe 1.5 or 2 feet of rock that goes across it, and your guide begins to basically shimmy across this wall for the 30 or 35-ish feet.
Okay.
For the purposes of this, if you guys have some creative solutions to this, you guys are more than welcome to spit them out. Otherwise, to cross it, it's going to be either a dexterity or a strength check, just to be able to get across adequately. And then, if you fail, we'll see what happens.
I will make a dexterity. Ansis will make a dexterity check.
Yeah.
I'll make a strength check.
I go with strength.
Is it strength or athletics?
It's just strength here.
Okay.
17 for me.
Okay. With
17.
Okay, 17.
I only rolled a 9.
Okay.
13.
Okay. As Kevrick and Arthur are kind of... Do you guys have like a specific marching order, actually? This might change.
Arthur would probably take the front, usually.
I'll probably be in the back.
Okay.
I'm
So-
behind Arthur.
Okay. So then the two of you guys are in the middle. As Arthur begins to step across. You seem sure-footed, and you're kind of using like your upper body strength to kind of hold yourself against the wall. Kevrick, you kind of, with your rucksack of plate armor on your back, are using your strength as well to kind of like pin yourself against the wall and make sure you have sure footing. About a quarter of the way through, Asher, almost immediately, your left foot slips out from underneath you, and you are tumbling per se, and this tumble leads to Onsis as well kind of slipping, and you guys are over a ravine. What would you guys like to try and do to save yourselves from falling?
I'm gonna pull out Hellraiser and stick it into the rock.
Okay, I like it.
I am going to do my best just to counter whichever way I'm falling. I just want to kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I would be dexterous enough to at least like kind of like try and catch my footing.
Okay. I would say if anyone wants to try and help them as well, you guys rolled well enough where a help action is able to do that. You guys can either roll with them or give them advantage on their roll.
I'll give them advantage because I don't think I'm.
Yeah, sure. I think for you, Asher, I think a dexterity check is going to be again, and as well as you, Onsis.
The 15 this time.
Okay.
22.
Okay. I will say that as you stick Hellraiser into the stone, you can see that Onsis is starting to catch himself, but he's not quite there yet. If you want to try and give him some help,
Yeah, I'll reach
there's an
out.
opportunity.
Like,
Okay.
reach down.
Yeah. Onsis, do you take his hand?
I don't, because I remember that I have those boots and that I'm quite literally just stuck to that rock.
Okay. So
I'm like literally about to fall off, and I'm at the most strange angle, and he reaches his hand out, and I just stay still, and I'm like, oh yeah, the boots.
So do they require like, is it only active for an hour? I can't remember how they.
Yeah, I think it's only active for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, you stick to the
boots
wall.
will let you cast spider climb, right? They're
Yeah.
not letting you.
But
Is it
you-
like once per long rest?
Hold on.
But either way,
Yeah.
Asher,
Sorry, I
you
can't
kind of-
find it right now.
Asher, you kind of stick it in, and you like reach a hand out, and then he just walks past you, up you vertically. Asher, or sorry, Arthur, you're the first one to reach the other side, safe and sound, along with the guide. The guide has reached the other side as well. Kevrick, you're kind of held up by the two that are still kind of in the middle. Yeah, but Asher, you can pull yourself up pretty easily and continue. The weather, however, is now thickening a little bit more. This is going to start raising some DCs for some future checks. It's a pretty heavy blizzard now. You know, up this high, it is pretty easy for the weather to change pretty quick. You guys continue down the mountain path, though, and about another 2 hours pass of a pretty brisk jog. This guide is now also looking to find a place to like kind of take a rest, so that he can gather his bearings, kind of see what's going on, especially because the visibility is pretty low. I'll have everyone in the group actually, real quick, to make a survival check for me.
Ooh. Am I good at those? No.
11.
Nat 20.
Same. I also have a nat 20.
Okay.
So even the guide looks like he's lost the trail a little bit in this weather, and he's like trying to kind of figure out if he wants to take a break and wait out the weather. Onsis and Asher, you guys together using the deductive reasoning skills.
Onsis just points. Continues to walk.
I'm gonna do the mage hand to make a bigger hand to point and point in the exact same direction.
Yeah, it's Ontis in front, and then like just over his right shoulder, there's just a bigger finger.
Yep.
Yeah, good job, guys. You guys have continued to find the path, and You guys have actually passed a couple of these now, but you guys find the path by finding a brazier. Once lit is no longer lit in this weather, but it looks like this path is at least known about by this monastery for people to get up and out of the God's Maw Mountains. And in this first 3-4 hours, you've probably passed maybe 2 or 3 at the least that you've seen. However, now you reach something a little more intense. There is no longer a path forward, but there's a path down. There is a sheer rock wall that slants away from you guys underneath you, and it is an ice cavern on the opposite side and an ice cavern on the side that you guys are on. There is stone that leads down the side that needs to be climbed down, and there is a stark fall off on the far left side. You guys stand at the precipice of this, kind of looking, and you guys are going to have to find a way to kind of get down and to your right, towards a way you can't quite see. Honestly, you would still have spider climb during this time. If you want to try and like shuttle people, you're more than welcome to, or something like that. But this guide is taking ice picks out of his thing, and he'll actually look at you and go, I can do with one, because I've got climbing shoes as well, if you guys need one. I can try and leave some pikes in the ice or something like that if you guys don't have climbing gear. Or if you guys have some better solutions, I'm all ears, but...
I think that I could probably take the lightest of the 3.
Yeah, it's probably
yeah,
Asher.
I was gonna say I can probably take Asher, but anything more than that I think would be a little bit difficult. Plus with the spider climb, so we can at least get 2 people over.
Yeah, I would say that Ansys, Asher's probably the only one you could carry.
For sure.
Because Kevrick still has his plate armor on his back.
Yeah.
And Arthur's just a big dude.
For sure.
I will still ask for either a strength check or an athletics check from you, Asher, just to see if you can like hold on adequately. Because it is kind of weird. Like, you're gonna have to climb down, and it's not like you have this like a spine of steel, so it's gonna be this kind of weird balancing act.
If I use Hellraiser to shimmy my way down, do I get advantage?
The only reason I want to say no is because your sword is on fire.
Right.
Which is going to be
Why can
melting
you
the
on the rock?
ice.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's see.
Feel like a slow burn.
Yeah.
Just like slowly going down.
I got a 3.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull out a card.
Okay. Sure. Roll
And
a
also-
random number generator.
I'm gonna try and get something that would help me obviously climb down this mountain.
I love how this could get infinitely worse.
I
Yeah.
know.
I also have rope, so I can tie you to me really quick. Like we can make it to where you're like attached, and then I'll walk.
I also got an 8 on the card, so
Okay,
Okay, so we're going the card route, I guess.
that's fine.
Well, I mean, you didn't roll high, so it's not going to be terrible. I will say, as you like are kind of holding on to Ansys, and Ansys is kind of staking his way down, following this guide with some of the stakes he's left behind, you begin to slip, and your arms almost come completely free from one of like the pikes that are holding you up. And as you are kind of like leaning back, you reach into this case and pull a card. I will say what spawns in your hand is a 40-foot length of like a lasso in your left hand with a grapple hook on the right.
That'll do.
yeah. I'll jam the grapple into the ice, and then like if I'm still slipping, I'll try and tie it around my waist really quick.
Okay. Just make a quick, I'll say athletics, or yeah, probably athletics check for this. See if you can save yourself.
Dog shit athletics. 16.
Okay, that's still pretty decent. I'll say you successfully at least fasten your way, but you still have this rope, which could make the journey easier for the other 2 compatriots that do not have easy time climbing.
So I'm good now. Like I don't need it to hoist me up anymore.
I don't necessarily think so. I think that you've got this rope in your hand and you've got it grappled, and you need to basically go directly down and to your right a little bit. So just holding onto this rope and kind of securing yourself to Onsis is enough to get down there, but then you'll still have the rope like in your hands whenever you reach the bottom.
Okay. Whenever I reach the bottom, I guess once I get to a point where I'm close enough to the bottom to where I feel safe without the rope,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look around and try and find something to kind of lay the rope onto so that the other people can grab it easily as they're higher up on the mountain. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the better way to put it is that you might have to find something to tie it to the bottom so that it stays at the angle that
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can find something to tie it to easy enough. Just go ahead and mark that you no longer have this grapple.
Yep.
Kevrick and Arthur, I think that you can choose between Dex and Strength for this again because you're kind of just able to muscle your way through it at certain points.
I have a plan. Arthur's going to take his brass knuckles, and instead of sliding them all the way down, he's going to put them like right here on his
Okay.
fingers, and then he's going to just slam it into the rock to try to create handholds for himself. Just to like make indents with it as he
Okay.
just kind of makes like a
I like the idea of the strength aspect of it. Yeah, go ahead and make a check.
Got it. Ooh, that's not as good. 13.
Okay. I'll say you make it about halfway down, and there's a little bit of time where like your hand's starting to fall. You can either try and like reach for one of the pikes or reach for the rope in front of you or ask for help from someone, but I think there's going to be one more check that's required to get down safely.
I think he's gonna go for one of the pikes.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Just make a quick honestly probably athletics to see if you can like respond quickly.
All right. Ooh. That is a 26.
Oh, easy enough. You actually just like let go of the wall for a second and drop 10 feet and then just catch one of the pikes. Kevrick, how would you like
rolled-
to shimmy your way down?
I rolled a 15,
Okay.
but I called in Elith Tell and I like kind of put my hand out and he's just like hands over this spiritual halberd. And so I'm like going down the mountain like 2 halberds in the side.
Aw, I like it. I like the flavor. Yeah, easy enough. You're like a Dark Souls boss at this point with 2 massive halberds just kink, kink, kink. A 15 is exactly what you needed. So
Let's go.
You get down pretty easy. You guys reach the bottom of this, and you're kind of in like a cave section now. It goes back a little bit further, but you can hear like rushing water from where like snow melt is. This view now, with the blizzard starting to wane towards this elevation, is very beautiful. There's still dark clouds above you, but you can feel that as you lower on this mountain, it's beginning to warm up towards that more summerish temperature. And the view in front of you is just beautiful highlands with slight rolling hills, and obviously the continuation of the Godsmaw Mountains in the eastern direction. You guys continue down this path at a little bit of an easier rate now. It's coming about, I would say you guys are breaching like 3-4 p.m. in the afternoon by the time you guys reach the next thing that is going to require a challenge. In front of you lays a chasm, once again. It's about 30 feet across, 30 to 40 feet across, and there's a wooden bridge that looks somewhat well kept. However, the guide is holding you guys back from approaching the bridge. He looks at all of you and says, okay, catch your breaths for just a second. We're going to have to make sure we stay quiet while we cross this bridge. It is imperative that we do not make too much noise, and we must go slow. Is that understood?
What's the issue?
This chasm, it's... You guys almost wouldn't believe me if I said it. Well, actually, seeing as what you guys have seen, maybe you would. The chasm screams. it doesn't feel good whenever it happens, and it responds to the things above it. We believe, and we have tried to research, that this is one of the leftover remnants from the creation of the Godsmaw Mountains, seeing as how it was created, you know, in a massive battle with the gods. We think that some crazy shit happened. It's hard to explain. We haven't been able to research it a whole lot because it's dangerous, but...
Well, all right. The guys in the armor, just let's try and take it slow. Let's be careful. I know there's a lot of weird things that can happen out here, and I'll take what you say for granted if you know the area well.
Yeah, I would like everyone to make a stealth check, unless you guys have something specific you want to try and do to avoid this. I don't know, it'd be pretty tricky, but...
I would like to use some key points. Yeah, so I'm gonna use Pass Without a Trace.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So everyone adds +10 to their stealth checks here.
Yeah, so I'll just look at everyone and I'll be like, this will help. And then I'd do something and it just, like, deafening silence falls over the,
Yeah, absolutely. Every time you guys take like a step forward, you see a little bit of like black mist emanate from your heels, almost like the shadows are padding the sounds of your walking.
I rolled a 30.
Yeah, you did.
I got a soft 20.
Okay.
I got 13.
I got a 27.
Okay. The guide.
Wait. I'm not wearing my plate armor, so do I have to roll with disadvantage?
You don't have to roll with disadvantage.
Okay, alright, never mind. 1 second.
Okay. Well, did you
18.
only roll once or twice?
I rolled twice, and one of them was a 6, -1, 5, so 15. There we go.
Okay, perfect.
Much better.
Yeah.
As the first three of you go across following this guide, you can hear the of the wood creaking underneath your footfalls. Kevrick begins to step onto this bridge as well, and everything seems to be going well until about the quarter-way mark, where Kevrick, you haven't really realized, but some of the wood is kind of like starting to ice over, and your right foot slips out from underneath you, and you have to catch yourself, and the weight of all of your weight shifting kind of swings the bridge to one side, and underneath you, you begin to hear, and Kevrick and everyone else on the bridge, you take 2 points of necrotic damage as you feel like almost life force being drained from you as this chasm begins to kind of like reclaim the life that is above it. The bridge is still actively swinging with a failed check, so it's not going to continue to take damage per se, but I'm going to ask everyone to roll another stealth check.
Oh god.
Still +10, by the way.
Yep. You guys
30.
have it for like an hour, don't you?
Yeah.
Alright, I rolled a nat 20 this time.
Oh!
Yeah, I
I
got
got
a
a 25.
I got a 32 for a natural 20.
Oh, fuck.
26.
Okay. So whatever the fuck happened on the last one,
Yeah,
Kevrick,
Onsis is like grabbing the sides of the bridge, and he's just like eyes closed, doing everything he can just to like drown out all noise using the shadows. He's just like so concentrated.
yeah, you guys stealthily cross, and you can hear the from underneath you. And at times you swear you can almost feel like skeletal hands try and grab at your ankles and pull you down into the chasm underneath. However, the guide reaches the other side, and then Arthur, Asher, Onsis, and Kevrick. One by one, you guys successfully travel across this bridge. You guys rolled so well on that second one. Yeah, you guys cross it easily. However, this is you can see it's opening up quite a bit now. You're not reaching the base of the mountain, but it's close to like where you would almost see like an outpost or something in like modern day. It's getting pretty close to the bottom of the mountain. I would say there's probably 2 more hours of like solid hiking, but not necessarily climbing or anything that you guys have to get to the bottom, and that would be closer to about 6 or 7 p.m. in the evening.
Arthur's gonna pick up a rock and look at the cavern, and then look at everyone else, and just go. I mean,
Don't do it.
what if we're not close? No, but yeah, okay. He's gonna. He won't do it. He'll just keep going.
The guide was not going to stop you, but he has begun to back away. Yeah, I would say the next 2 hours of travel is pretty easy. Whenever you guys are reaching the base, you guys weren't sure of what side of the mountain you guys are going to come out on, but you can see a massive, like 400-foot wide river in front of you. Arthur and Asher and Kevrick, you would know this is the Everflow River, like the river that separates the 2 kingdoms, basically, the Khazal Empire and the Valenti Kingdom in the north. So you guys would know that you were on the southern side of the Godsmaw Mountains, and it's in this like valley-like area. It's strange. It almost looks like this river was carved out of the earth itself, which is kind of what rivers do, but almost in a more exaggerated way. It just looks intentional, but it's a massive river. At this moment, you don't see any boats or anything, but you do see it in front of you, and you see not a walking path, but a pretty clear path towards your east and to your west.
Arthur's gonna look off in the distance towards the east.
So, like, towards the direction of what you would assume is Bridgeport?
He would look in where in
Oh,
Deep
sorry.
Hollow's directions,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
He's
my bad.
expecting to see, like, dark clouds circling in the distance or something.
Yeah, actually, make a perception check for me.
15.
Okay. I'll say with the dark clouds above you still, from like the kind of shitty weather that had been happening on top of the mountain, there's no snow down here because it is warmer. It's pretty temperate towards the middle of this continent. However, it is still dark clouds above you. And with the sun setting and everything, I'll say it's pretty hard to see any notable difference. You can guess that you're still probably about 2-ish days away from Deep Hollow, so you're probably not likely to see anything. However, there's a little something in the distance that just looks off with the horizon. It's akin to the color that you saw whenever the sky had split. Like, it's just like a faint glow, though.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my spyglass and look towards the west to where Bridgeport would be and see if I notice anything.
Make a perception check for me with advantage. I think that's what it does.
I've never seen anyone get mileage out of a spyglass.
Yeah, I know, right?
Knowing
Asher, he'll use it as a blunt weapon as well.
Perception plus 22.
Okay. You almost notice nothing. Like, you feel confident that the way in front of you is somewhat safe. Not necessarily that there can't be things hiding, but that there's not a well-kept road in this valley. However, it is easy terrain. It is quite a long journey to Bridgeport. You're about 2.5 days off still. You would assume from where you guys are off at the bottom of the mountains. However, it is slowly becoming nighttime, seeing as how it took most of the day to get down the mountain.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to head east or west?
Well, definitely
I think-
not east.
Yeah, I think we'll go east.
Yeah, I think we need to stay far away from our recent past. At least while we have the cargo that we have.
Oh yeah, that tree. I forgot.
Yes, my tree.
Do you guys want to call it a night here or go a little longer?
Time
said
is
it
it
was
like 4?
You said it was
No,
what time?
it's probably like 6:37 p.m. by now. You guys probably started at 8 or 9 in the morning because you guys had stayed up pretty late. And I'll say it took about 9 to 10 hours of solid travel. So
I think that while, I mean, well, I guess I don't have Pass Without a Trace up still, do I?
probably
Time
not
has
by
passed.
now. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
I mean, you could always
probably
recast it. I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't have enough key points.
Oh, right.
I only have 3. Arthur, what do you think? You know this area pretty well. I know that it gets a little more dangerous at night. If we can move quietly, I think that I would like to continue at least for a little while longer. If not, though, I think we should find the nearest place to find refuge and probably just chill until the morning. Time is of the essence, but
I'm not
let's
sure
stay
if we're gonna
safe.
find a place to sleep. Well, not populated, I would assume. So, I mean, we could continue for a little bit, try to get an early morning.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think that's okay, then I'm with that.
But I'm kind of a city boy, so I don't really know much about the wilds out here.
I'd say going forward, if you guys want to try and like, while you're actively moving forward and kind of also try and find a place to stay for the night, make a survival check for me. But if you're just trying to push as hard as possible and like get as far as possible, I'll say make a Constitution check.
Wait, so what are we going for? Because like I'm good at con, so of course
Yeah,
I'm gonna say yes.
River flowing.
The river flows from the direction of Deep Hollow, like from the marsh to the ocean in the west. It's actually the opposite of what you would assume. It is, like I said, it's almost intentional in the way it is designed.
Anyone know how to make a boat?
Arthur, what's up his hand? I do.
Yeah.
I don't think we should make a boat, guys.
I make
Because-
those big ones. It's gonna take forever.
Because where did we decide that we're going? We're going to Asher's family's like port, correct? In order to
Yeah, we
So-
still haven't like talked about that.
Not
This is
much.
true.
You have a port. Why are you here?
My family has a port.
I want to ask. Not right now.
So no boat?
I don't think that we have the time for a boat, Asher.
It takes a long time to make any kind of boat.
And like a lot of wood
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't really have the tools for that.
and labor and training.
All right, so I say we push on. Do we want to just go as far as we can, or do you want to find
Yeah.
something nice? To
Let's hoof it.
Alright.
Alright.
I want to get as far as we can, guys.
That tree
Let's
has
go.
places to be.
Alright.
Okay. I will
15.
say everyone make a con check then. You said 15, Kev?
Mm-hmm.
Got
Okay.
a dirty 20.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put my armor on before we do this.
Sure, absolutely. That's understandable. You're not
17.
rucking anymore, so
Mm-hmm.
17.
Yeah, we should have built a fucking boat, bro. I got 7.
Asher, you guys push on. You guys start to feel the fatigue. Asher, you instantly become exhausted. You have the exhausted condition. Every skill check and attack has disadvantage on it. The rest of you do pretty well. Depending on how long you guys want to go into the night. Like, if you guys are going to go into the early morning, like 3, 4, and then rest until like 9, 10, because that's about the length of a long rest.
I think I want to go. I mean, that's honestly not bad. I would like to be like asleep and like resting before then, though. Like, I would probably like to leave in the morning around like 8. So, like, maybe just right after midnight if that's possible.
Okay, because I was going to say, anything past midnight is probably going to instantly give all of you exhaustion, but I would say that pushing to about 11 or midnight is reasonable with the day you guys have had. Depending on how safe you guys want to be, make a survival check for where it is finding a place to stay. Or if you guys have no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you guys can find somewhere.
Do I have disadvantage on this?
You would.
23.
7.
Okay.
23.
Kevrick starts walking in the direction you guys came from. And Ans just kind of like grabs him by the shoulder.
This way, dude.
I got a 6. I rolled a nat 20, and my other dice was 2.
Oh,
Asher starts to build a boat. But I will say Arthur and Onsis are able to kind of corral an area that is off of like a main sight line. It's a little bit more into the mountains, maybe like 30 minutes off of like the main trail, so to speak. It
Onsis goes over to Asher and kind of takes the hammer away from him and goes, I know you've had a long day, buddy. Let's get you to bed, and walks in the direction of what you were talking about.
I had my mage hand out, so now that I'm walking, I'm just dragging the mage hand behind me like it's bad.
Yeah.
What color is your mage hand, by the way?
I think it's like a red. It's similar to my Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this sad mage hand, like as soon as you guys get to where you guys are trying to make camp, Arthur's kind of made up a fire or whatnot, kind of writes himself onto 2 and kind of walks himself to sleep. However, you guys are more than welcome to bed down. If you guys want to take watches in the night, one person can stay awake, 2 people, however you guys want to do it. But a short rest requires like 6 to 8 hours of full rest. And there's 4 of you here. It will still count as a long rest. It's just
I'm immediately finding somewhere to sleep and I'm gone.
Okay, yeah, understandable.
Yeah,
You're exhausted.
He's sleeping. I will take the first watch.
Absolutely. Make a perception check for me. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name of perception.
Arthur will probably take the last watch since he can't see in the dark.
Yeah.
So.
It'll be a 19. We're rolling good right now.
So you don't notice too much, and now that you've traveled pretty far, you look back in the direction of Deep Hollow, and you see the glow that Arthur may have mentioned to you. And if not, then you just see a slight glow in the distance of this like faint purplish green. It's not like a sun, it's just a faint little shimmer in the distance in the direction of Deep Hollow.
Okay.
But the night seems to go pretty easy. You guys seem to have found a pretty solid spot, and you feel safe to relieve yourself to the to your night's rest. Who is taking the next watch?
I'll take second watch.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. And obviously, if you guys want to say anything, like in crossing or whatever, you guys are more than welcome to.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. I just be like, all right, Kev. It's like, happy you're the one that's relieving me tonight. So I hope you have a good watch, man. I'm gonna try and take a little rest. And I never actually fully like close my eyes and sleep, but like I'm just like use my elven meditation thing to just kind of like pass out, just like with my eyes open.
I forgot you can trance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like pat him on the shoulder. I'm like, don't sleep too soundly. I'm terrible at this. But then I'm gonna go and start watching. And I rolled a 6, by the way.
Good at this. No. Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm tranced and not just like completely dead. Not that that matters, but mechanically, but
Over the first hour of your watch, you swear there's something in the dark. You're like standing at the edge of your camp, like leaning over the edge of it, like You swear you can hear something in the distance. You don't know what it is, but it's making noise, and it feels like there's something out there.
I'm gonna go wake up Ansis now. Actually,
No, you should wake me up, bro.
yeah, I'll wake him up. I was like, do I just go out there myself? How far away is this from me? How far away is this from me?
You're not quite sure. It gets pretty dark beyond the range of your dark vision. It's pretty hard to see.
All right, I'm gonna send Elith Tell out there then.
You pop Elith Tell out, and he emits light. Elith Tell walks forward and is this like bright blue beacon for 10 feet around him in this pitch black area. And he gets to like the precipice of your dark vision, and a like flock of birds flies away.
All right, word. I'm gonna bring him back. Be like, thanks, bud. Pat him on the shoulder.
I was napping.
Yeah, you were the bait, bud.
What?
Wait, do you die if you? Okay. Do you
Can
die?
you die in the spirit world?
Can you die? You can die in the spirit world?
Can you? That's what I'm asking you. Do you know?
I don't know. I'm not a spirit.
I wouldn't like to find out, Kevrick.
Okay, all right, understandable. All right, we'll play more by ear next time.
All right, I understand. I do appreciate the good conversation as always. Am I good to go back a part of you?
Come here.
If you ever wake me up again at the sight of some birds, I will fuck you up.
Understandable.
His eyes roll back in his head and goes back into the trance.
Is he just like on a? Are you just like on a rock behind me, just like kind of still posted up there but sleeping?
I'm kind of just like in a kneeling position, but like a sitting kneel with like my hands just rested on my knees, like at a very just like I could stand up very instantly, but I'm also resting.
I kind of think I like nudged you with my halberd too to like wake you up because I can't get all the way up there. So I like turned it around and like poked you with the end of it.
Elith Tell, to like kind of reabsorb into you, just like gives you a hug and just
And I kind of hit the shutter like a still not used to that.
Asher, are you taking the next one or Arthur?
I think Arthur wanted to take the last one, right?
Have I done my rest or whatever? if I
So
take this one?
taking watch will still count as part of resting. It's just if it's interrupted, only the people who got the full 6 hours. So it's not too big of a deal mechanically. Like I would let you know if something were to come up.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
I don't have the disadvantage now, or do I? Because I'm.
You would still have disadvantage until you complete the long rest.
Right. No, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Perception, right.
Perception, yes.
Got it.
Bro, whenever you did that shit in session 6, I was so weak. Right.
I don't remember what I was talking about when I said it, but I got a 15.
Okay.
Wait. If I have a spyglass, does it counter out?
It's dark, and you're a human, so no.
Right.
Everything seems to go pretty well. You begin to hear like a cracking noise towards the direction of the mountains, though. Like.
Let me see.
Do we perchance do we know if it's in the direction of the chasm that we came from?
That's a good bit of ways now.
Okay.
This is just more into the mountains above you.
Okay.
I would say if you like want to try and discern what the noise is, you could maybe make a survival check.
Okay. 17.
Yes.
You begin to like kind of feel the ground around you, and you kind of realize where you're sitting. The dirt around you is very wet. And the river is in the other direction. It's warming up. You guys might be in prime Avalanche territory.
Oh fuck.
What kind of?
Oh, no.
Okay. I'm immediately going to. Oh fuck.
We're
He's
not
about
still with
to-
our guide, right?
No, the guide pieced out. He took that scroll
Yeah.
off his back, unfurled it, and poof.
Cool.
I'm gonna have Mage Hand go wake everyone up.
Mage Hand looks at you so sad and so exhausted, and then he writes himself onto 2 fingers and walks over towards like Ansis, levitates 10 feet onto the rock, and kind of just like bink, bink, bink.
His eyes unroll from his head. Just he's untranced. He's like, oh, what's going on? And like
So
heads down.
He's gonna ignore him. I'm not gonna say anything. Mage Hand is gonna ignore him. Go wake up Arthur. Go wake up Kevrick, and then it's just gonna point up at the mountain.
Arthur's like laying on he's laying in a position that can't be comfortable. Like his like back is like arched like on like a log with like, his shoulders, and he just like opens his eyes and just like, what's going on?
As you can see by the giant fucking glowing hands, some shit's not going well up there. I think we should probably move. I'm gonna have Mage Hand slap the shit out of Arthur.
He's just like he kind of like takes it and he's just like, I mean, sure.
Do you explain why or anything, or are you just saying we should move?
Well, clearly the Mage Hand thinks something's wrong and it's wet, but no, I'm not gonna explain why not. I'm just gonna get him to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Here's another thing. One of the main starting points of an avalanche is sound. How hard do you hit this man with with Mage Hand?
Well, technically, it can only hold things up to 10 pounds, so I feel like that would equate to how hard it can hit shit.
Yeah, I would
So
say it's like barely a point of damage, so
Yeah.
it's not super loud. Okay. Yeah, I mean, are you guys gonna move and try and like?
I'm already walking.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say if I am feeling the like rumble, I'm already booking it.
I was gonna say, it's pretty easy to know directions here. You guys can
Sure.
keep the mountains on the right of you and know that you're moving in the west. So.
And I'm doing the best I can to like gather everybody, like wake them up, like jar them awake.
Picking up all my
Yeah.
shit.
How long are
Scattering.
you guys gonna travel? Because this will push you into exhaustion.
Fuck.
Get out of boat, man. Coming out of here.
We wouldn't have had the boat at this point.
I'm gonna pull a card.
So this at this point it's like 6 a.m. in the morning probably.
It's yeah, almost exactly.
So we all
I'm
technically short rested. Are we still gonna get exhaustion from this?
It's
I still have
if,
exhaustion.
depending on how long you guys are gonna go. Yes, the first hour or two of travel probably not, but you guys will need to complete a full rest at some point.
Should we find something better to camp at during the day then? Or it's a little bit easier to see?
If Arthur's not given an explanation as to why they're moving, he at a certain point he might just be like, screw this, and he's just gonna go find a tree to lay on.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess the avalanche isn't happening, is it?
It's not happening. It doesn't sound like but you. I would say all of you guys begin to hear the same noises that Asher might have been alluding to. It's like this cracking and kind of like groaning noise, almost like if wood was splitting. If that makes any
I
sense.
feel like it's pretty self-explanatory as to why I'm not wanting to stay there. At
Why
this
don't we just
point.
go further into the tree line then?
Yeah. Let's just get as far away as we can without getting too
No,
ahead of
I-
ourselves.
I agree. I think crossing the 400-foot river is way easier than walking in the grass.
I mean, if we do that boat idea, the one you were making earlier was very, very nice.
It could just be a raft, guys. It doesn't have to be a fucking yacht. I mean, if we all work together, we have 6 of us. Technically, we got me, Mage Hand, Arthur, the fucking ninja guy, Kevrick, and his,
His boy.
questionable boy. Yeah.
Okay, but putting this together is gonna make noise. Noise is gonna cause the avalanche.
Not if we build the boat outside.
What?
What?
Well, you see,
We
I
are-
was
we
thinking
are
if
outside.
If we go closer to the river, the avalanche probably wouldn't be as bad if there was one.
Should we just go post up by the river? Just move our shit a little bit.
I
Yeah,
feel like
Let's
it's
go.
better than walking along the path of an avalanche.
Let's
that's
just
fine.
go. Let's just go post up by the river.
Please.
I will say this makes way more sense to me than whatever the fuck you guys are gonna do with a boat.
I like the boat idea.
Yeah, you guys are able to post up. Arthur, you can take your the last perception check real quick, and everyone will be completing this long rest now. Only maybe have taken 30-ish minutes to move camp.
That's 5.
The sun begins to rise in the distance. The cracking still remains, however, and you can still hear it in the distance, but it doesn't begin or anything, doesn't grow louder. But you don't notice anything too obtuse and out of the ordinary, I will say. I say that this is a pretty safe night. Everyone completes their long rest, safely having slept through the night, with a little bit of a scary sound in the distance. But other than that, you guys seem to be okay.
If the avalanche actually happened.
You would have known it did not happen yet.
Wasted our time.
I can make it happen, probably.
Can we have Asher make the avalanche happen?
Tell me how you want to do this, and let's see.
I mean, technically, I could just Eldritch Blast the shit out of it.
I don't like the music change. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
I feel like causing an avalanche when we are right in the strike zone is probably not a good idea.
But what if he shoots Eldritch Blast and books it?
Wait. What if we had
A building, right next to it, and then I run.
What if we had a boat to get us out after I Eldritch Blast this fucking mountain?
I don't think we have the materials. I mean, we only have one that knows how to make a boat.
All I'm saying is
right
that
into a boat.
if we make this avalanche happen now, it can't catch us by surprise later. That's why they do it like every week or whatever on the actual mountains. Should we be a little farther away? Probably.
I don't think we have any way to activate this avalanche without being like right in the proximity of it.
I mean, as long as I'm within 120 feet of whatever the fuck
There's no way that's
There's no way you're getting out of that. There's no way. 20 feet. He's on top of the mountain. Okay, never mind. Scrap that idea. Let's just keep walking.
I think further away from the mountains, the better. And we just need to be quiet and just go.
Should we cross the river?
Wait,
I don't know if
wait.
that's the plan. I think we were just going along the mountains to get to Bridgeport.
What if we cross the river? We know the avalanche can't fuck us over.
Could I use Thunderous Smite? Like from far away? It calls in like a lightning strike?
How? I mean, do you need a target to use it on? Like,
I don't know.
I think it has to be a creature, right? Or is it just your next hit?
if
The
you don't
first
strike
time
a
you hit with
tree,
a
this would be
melee
crazy.
weapon attack.
I was gonna say, I think for some reason,
Audible within 300 feet of you.
Oh shit. So
It's still not great.
So the sound would probably echo and everything in this valley. However, does it like require something to strike to cast it, or?
I think it's something you put on your weapon, and then your next hit
Okay.
on something.
yeah, it's
First
like
time-
searing.
The first
smite
time
and
you
those.
hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet
So
of
if
you.
you want to try it.
Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Okay, I think if you want to go ahead and try this, you're more than welcome to do anything you want. I think that if it allows you to, then yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want in this instance.
I feel like we're doing too much here.
I do too, for sure.
Like,
You guys
Yeah,
just want to
I'm
see
good.
chaos.
I want to see
Everyone's
this.
some
I
other
want to.
tree.
I want to see this snowfall. But now we probably should keep going.
On this we'll walk up to Kev and just be like, whatever your pretty little heart desires.
I'm just like looking at the halberd and I'm like looking at a tree over there. And I'm
It would
looking
be
back at
kind
the
of
mountain.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna go cast and hit the tree.
Okay.
can I do something before this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to climb a tree.
I will say there's not like a dense forest or anything around, but there's definitely trees. You can I think with given enough time, you're able to get up a tree pretty easily.
I'm gonna follow Arthur and make him help me up this tree.
I'm gonna let everyone. I'm gonna let everyone up the trees, and then I'm gonna go send Elith up another tree so he can help me up when I gotta get in it.
Okay. Mage Hand is kind of like pushing your ass up, Asher. I love
this is chilling at the bottom of the tree, just leaning up against it.
I love the idea that this Mage Hand has just become like a servant.
Yeah,
Like-
so it can hold 10 pounds. So the way I envision it is like I'm sitting on the branch, and then I have my feet just out in space, and Mage Hand just like a footrest.
Yeah, that tracks.
This spell slot's gonna come back and bite me in the ass, I bet. All right, let's do this thing.
I feel like this avalanche is gonna come back and do that.
I think
right.
you can hit a tree.
I would fucking hope so.
Yeah.
The question is not if you hit the tree and the sound gets made, it's how quick you can run away from this tree that made the sound.
Well, I fell this tree, clearly. One large swoop with the halberd takes the tree down, so I gotta run to a different tree. But that's why Elith's there waiting for me to help me quicker.
Tell me what your thunderous strike or your thunderous smite looks like as you hit this tree.
I'd say it looks holy in a sense. God comes down and like slaps this tree. The god of winds comes in and it's just like, and it's like deafening to my ears. Like my ears are ringing, everything around it, and I'd hear like the echo in the back of the mountain just go. Woo, woo, woo.
Your plate helmet is on your head, and in the distance, sure enough, you guys hear.
Let's go. And I'm booking it to the tree.
There is a crazy sound coming from above you guys in the mountains now. Oh boy.
Yeah, Arthur's just holding on to this tree. He's like, this is gonna suck.
I'm holding on to Arthur.
I'm gonna boys on the tree, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. So should I come up there now, or
You should. Yeah, Arthur's like looking at like, probably, yeah.
I start scurrying up the tree?
Mage Hand's gonna help him up, and then Mage Hand's gonna go on the back side of the tree and like hide.
Kevrick, I will say,
What if Kevrick dies to this? We don't have any way to heal him.
I don't think you're at the base of the mountain. I think that the echo is enough to start some sort of an avalanche, since that's what you were going for. However, go ahead and make just a general luck check for me. Roll a d20 and tell me what the number is.
That was probably so fucking lucky.
Because it is pretty
Says
early in
with
the morning.
sarcasm.
The sun hasn't necessarily risen a ton. It's still a little cooler, so there's a little bit more snow closer to the bottom. Like, I'm kind of trying to figure out how to see what's going on here.
5.
Okay.
It's stuck to the iPad, bro.
You turn around and begin to book it.
Oh god, I'm dying.
You turn around and begin to book it, and you don't realize that the tree that you had struck is also smoldering in a certain sense, and that fire is quickly extinguished as the snow has caught up rather quickly. I will say, your movement speed is 30 feet, right? So 60. Let's see how fast an avalanche moves.
Oh, you're fucked. You're
Oh god, they go so fast.
so
You're gonna
fast.
take like 50 bludgeoning damage.
Oh shit. Holy shit. Okay. This one, okay, so it's about 20 miles per hour that this wet avalanche will be moving. So I will say
I'm chilling.
you're able to mostly outrun a majority of it.
I prepped Elif in that tree. Don't forget, he has the halberd
that's kinda what
sticking
I'm
down there,
thinking.
and I'm grabbing it.
I think that the tree you guys are all in, you're able to make it back to. It's going to require a check for you to get up it in time now that you're under this pressure. Get up in the tree, and then I'll make the decision on what check.
I'm thinking I just use my big strong legs just to jump up there and grab as far up the halberd as I can.
Go ahead and make a strength check for me with advantage, man.
Those big, strong daddy legs.
the end of the halberd into the dirt in front of you, and you kind of like use it to springboard yourself forward and do like the most manly clasp with Eliftel. He pulls you up, you avoid any sort of damage or anything, and the snow slowly comes to a halt at the base of the tree.
I give him like a knuckle touch, like that was fucking sick.
Absolutely. He honestly, I'm glad you did the avalanche too, Kevin. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
just
cool, and
hope
now
that-
we just have to like trek through thicker snow, which is fire.
Yeah, and also hope that no one else was on this path when you did that, and Arthur's gonna hop down.
Thought it would have to be for it to melt snow
The
that quickly.
blade is on fire, right? It's a controlled flame, I'd say.
I will say it'll help you guys a little bit. How about that? It'll save some time.
All right, we'll take it.
He doesn't fucking care. No, dude, I'll just put it away.
Nah, dude, I don't even fucking want it.
No, dude, just fucking take it.
I mean, okay. He shows up and takes your fucking sword away. Yeah, you guys continue on this journey. It's not too bad. Truthfully, you guys have a pretty easy day's worth of travel, and I will switch back to peaceful travel music for that being, or for the time being. The sun begins to rise in the morning. The sky is pretty open and blue, slight cloud coverage. As it warms up, it becomes easier and easier as the snow melts off. The ground is rather muddy around here because of these frequent avalanches during this time of the year. These mountains are a geographical wonder. It is strange that there are such high mountains in the center of the continent. So high, in fact, that it will literally snow at the peaks. That is a strange phenomenon, but here we are. The day goes pretty well. I will say I will require just one survival check to see if you guys can either make up time, stay on time, or lose time.
I think we want Ansys to do that.
Yeah.
We can wait for him to return.
I feel like we would have walked past a couple animals that are dead from that avalanche.
Well,
like we're gonna see like a
There's like
the
a deer
half-
hoof sticking out of the snow.
yeah, like this. Oof.
The good news is going through the avalanche, we also know no one else would have made it through the avalanche, so it's got to be pretty clear, right?
Well, maybe, but let's hope we don't have like some monarch's like family member was walking around here.
They would never know. They'll never know.
Ansys, the group wanted you to make a survival check to see if you guys can either make up time, stay on time, or lose time.
Sure. Sorry, I had to leave for a second.
No,
I
you're
needed
good.
something from my throat.
You're good, man.
Okay, survival. That will be a motherfucking 16.
You guys stay on track pretty good. You guys are making a good pace. You guys don't make up any time, but you guys are on track. The day goes pretty easily. In fact, I will say even making camp this next night is relatively easy. You guys can find a safe spot without even finding a survival check because of this 16 that was made. If you guys
I'm teaching Arthur how to put up a tent. So I can you do this. And...
I'm just looking at the flowers.
most of them are flattened to the ground. Surprisingly, you don't know what could have caused
Weird.
that, but
Like, who would have done that? I'm like picking up the little ones and I'm like trying to help them out. 'Cause I feel bad now.
Eliftel is like trying to support one of the petals. He's like, oh, it's so sad whenever life gets taken.
What monster would have done this?
Yeah, if you guys want to take watches in the night again, you guys are more than welcome to. If you guys don't feel like they're necessary, it's whatever. But
You should
I am
probably-
definitely going to take a watch. So I think the system that we've had going, at least last night, I think worked out pretty well. Would you guys be okay to do the same order of watches?
Sure.
I will I will say also I guess I should have not I should have prefaced this. You guys could continue to push on by making constitution checks, but
I think we need to rest.
Works for me.
okay, yeah, absolutely. You guys bed down. Go ahead and make a perception check for the night for your watch, or Ansys.
Not good. 8.
You begin to hear a sound actually akin to the sound that you had been woken up to, except for you assume that it's the opposite. It's the refreezing of whatever melt had been occurring during the day.
Okay.
You assume during this time of the year, this is a pretty dangerous place to be because this seems to be pretty frequent. Nightly,
Avalanche season.
nightly it calms or it cools down, and then in the morning, whenever it warms back up, it can be pretty prone to it. However, your watch goes uneventful throughout the first hour, or throughout the first 2 hours, and you may get someone else up.
I shake Kev awake violently. I'm like, Kev,
I'm good.
time for your watch, big guy, and I kind of I hit him on the cheeks a little bit.
I'm like
"Hey,
going
let's
to
do
draw
it."
my short sword as he's shaking me.
I make sure to grab his hand and his short sword. I'm like, it's just me, it's just me.
You're like, oh, okay.
So
I
Kev,
get up.
hey, real quick, what are we not gonna do today? What are we not gonna do tonight?
Wake you up.
Yeah, we're gonna let Ansa sleep. Yes,
Alright,
thank you.
alright.
Cool.
Go ahead and make a perception.
Unless it's really important, then wake me up, please.
Nah, I'm gonna get one of the other two, probably. I would pop Elith Tell out on the rock next to me as we're watching, just to have some companionship, you know?
Elith Tell makes like a spectral set of cards in his hand, and over the next 2 hours, you guys like can play a game of fake cards.
He's
Oh, I
just,
thought
and
he
he's
was
just like
I thought he
beating
was
my
just gonna play
ass every
solitaire by
time.
Yeah,
himself.
yeah, they're fake cards. He always has an ace up his sleeve.
Yeah. Every time I think I have him, we're playing blackjack, and I'm like, damn. He's cleaning
So
me
good.
out.
Yeah, he's handing over fake gold. You're handing over real gold.
Yeah. I rolled a 13.
You don't notice anything tonight. Whatever had spooked you last night, you seem confident that. Actually, I'll tell you right now, you're pretty confident the Avalanche killed a lot of things in this valley. Even if they were closer to the river, it was enough to scare things away that maybe it was a good idea to cause this avalanche, and you guys got away safely. This is yet to be determined.
I don't think we should give him this one.
Avalanche was a power play. I knew it the whole time.
But yeah, your watch goes uneventful. You can wake up the next person.
All right. I'm gonna go wake up Asher. I'm just gonna kind of like gently like pat him on the head, be like, "Hey, bud, it's your turn."
All right. I don't say anything to him, and I fucking just dart to the post. I stand there, and I roll a 19.
Your watch is way more boring because your servant can't talk. You guys play rock, paper, scissors. But yeah, your watch also goes pretty uneventful. However, towards this like, I would say you guys bedded down a little bit early, so that you guys can maybe get an earlier morning. Towards this like 3 or 4, you begin to hear the same cracking. However, as we saw yesterday, that doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen. It just means that it can happen. But your watch goes uneventful. You guys can continue on with the next one.
I'm gonna wake Arthur up in an interesting fashion. Arthur, so you have a satchel, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to. What? How are you sleeping? Like, what position are you sleeping in?
He's sleeping with like his arms up, and he's like this on like a just like a rock or like a log.
Like your arms are up above your head, like.
They're kind of like up like this. Like it's not. It doesn't look comfortable. Like his back. Like he's almost like sitting down.
Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna be like posted up, kind of like behind like a rock or something in view of you where you can't see me, and I'm gonna have my mage hand try and like take the journal out of your book or out of your satchel and see if it wakes you up or not.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand check, and then Arthur, make a perception check with disadvantage because you are currently sleeping.
All right. 5.
15.
Okay. Your mage hand tiptoes its way over to the bag and kind of shrinks down to the size of like a mouse and grabs on to the book and begins to pull it out. you do not seem to wake Arthur up in the moment.
I'm gonna have him bring it to me, and then I'm gonna silently make my way over to Arthur, and I'm just gonna like post up in front of him and act like I'm reading this. I'm not actually gonna read it, but I'm just gonna act like I'm reading it or like drawing some shit in it. And then I'm gonna have Mage Hand like nudge him, and then I'm just gonna sit here and act like I don't see him. But Arthur's gonna wake up.
He's kind of like slowly opens his eyes and looks around. He's just gonna kind of like look at him with the journal, and just go, that's like my journal. There's nothing really interesting in there.
Yeah, you're also not a very good fucking artist. So, anyways,
Okay,
there you
that
go.
I take offense to. Go take it back. If he like didn't read it but he skimmed through it, you could see like some of the early drawings in that book. They're not the best.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like. It wasn't like trying to be an invasion of privacy. I was just trying to fucking like mess with you a little bit. So I might have saw like the first couple pages and then I just like started fucking around.
You'd probably saw a really crude drawing of like. What's your insight actually? Or your wisdom, I should say.
Oh, my wisdom's an 18.
All right, with that, you'd probably tell like it's supposed to be like a tiefling, or at least what you could assume.
Got it. Yeah, I'll give you your book and I'll just say get to your fucking post, dude. I'm trying to go to bed.
Sure.
Go ahead.
He's just gonna start doing light exercise.
Nice, yeah.
Alright, let's hope this perception check's better than the other ones. Okay. 18.
On that perception check, I will have you roll a d20 for me and tell me the number. Instead of, because now you guys know what is happening, I will not roll
Four.
this d20. Okay. You begin to hear the same cracking that occurred last night. However, it doesn't seem like it is happening directly above you guys. You're not sure how widespread an avalanche can spread over certain peaks, but it doesn't seem like I would say with a good enough perception check, you don't think you're in immediate danger if it were to come down on you.
Alright. Once his watch ends, he'll relay that to everybody.
Yeah, the morning comes. The watch was uneventful, Arthur. The sun begins to rise. And as everyone's kind of gathering their things, sure enough, and just about maybe 500, 600 feet behind you guys where you guys had come from, there begins to be a pretty large pile of snow, except for smaller than the day previous, because there is not a giant sound being made. Okay, are you guys gonna continue on with your travels as normal? Or if there's anything else you guys need to do?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
keep...
just gonna start drawing a sketch in his book. He's out of spite.
Okay. Making it really good.
Yeah, it's gonna be of Asher reading it.
Okay, I like it, yeah. Yeah, you guys go through this day. I will say, you guys know that you'll be arriving... Actually, make a survival check for me, and we'll go off of that. Someone in the group make a survival check.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind.
We all better, right?
I'm pretty good. I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Ansis, you are pretty confident you can arrive at Bridgeport. If you pick up the pace just a little bit, you can get there probably about 4 or 5 in the evening.
All right, guys. So since we did have a good night's rest last night, no problems. We down for a little bit of light exercise today.
I think
Always
it's
like a little bit of cardio.
All right. I
The
like
man
your
wearing
enthusiasm,
plate
Kev.
armor.
Arthur, I know you're always down.
Mm-hmm.
But Asher, what about you, man? You down for a little jog?
I've
John,
been
some might
wanting
say.
to go back to Bridgeport for the entire week. So yes.
All right, sounds good. And I'll kind of like take off in a mild jog.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. I would just require 1 Constitution check. This is a group average. It's not going to be one person failing or anything. I just want to see what happens here.
On here, is it a saving throw on D&D Beyond?
So this is just a Constitution check.
So just a D20?
Just a D20 plus your con modifier, yeah.
17.
18.
16.
10.
Damn, guys, that's pretty high average for con. Okay, you guys pick up the pace, and you guys are feeling spry. This is the first time in a little while you guys seem to have, you know, it's an easy thing to go from the world almost ending in front of you to just jogging in a valley that's very pretty. This is like a Sound of Music-esque around you. Like, this is a very pretty sight.
Sick.
You guys, whenever the sun is maybe like 3/4 down over the sky in front of you, you guys begin to see this massive arching bridge in the distance. The only person that would have seen this bridge so far on their journeys, or Arthur, I guess this would be up to you. Have you ever journeyed this far north?
Unless it was work related, probably not.
Okay, I would imagine not then, just because of the way Golden Spire is. So for Ansis, Kevrick, and Arthur, you guys lay eyes on this bridge for the first time, and at first you swear it's just a wall, because on this bridge, there is buildings that extend downwards into the valley that stretch almost directly above the water, and there are buildings that stretch above on the bridge. This bridge itself is the town. There are some buildings around it, maybe like broaching the edge of the mountains or something like that, but most of it is on this bridge, and you guys can see smoke emanating from certain buildings. You're not sure how wide this bridge is, but you can see it spans the entirety of like the 400-ish, 450, 500 foot width of the river, and then some a little bit more. So it's not incredibly wide, but you're not sure like how, or it's not incredibly long, but you're not sure how wide it goes from this vantage point.
Yep.
As you guys approach, I'll have either everyone or someone make a perception check for me, actually, real quick.
13.
6.
2.
8.
Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, never mind. This isn't with smell. It's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. Even with the 13 you said, it's enough to notice that there seems to be commotion. Not like scary commotion. There's just a lot of people. Most of them appeared to be heavily armored.
Alright, guys. It looks like Bridgeport's got quite the hefty military. Just keep note of that.
Actually, the
Probably
last
what-
time you came through here, they definitely did not have a hefty military.
Probably because
Yeah.
of what happened at the final ride-in.
Seems like they've upped the security for sure.
Or they're mobilizing troops.
Is it? Do we need to be careful as who we are? Like, we're recognizable, for sure.
Are we
So-
recognizable?
Yes, Kev. Look at me.
You're recognizable. I agree.
Yes. You,
But
Kev,
like they
couldn't
won't
give me
know.
pass.
They don't know we did the whole Deep Hollow thing though, right?
Okay, let's do this first. Let's not
Yeah.
say that we did that first off, because I think that'll get like a bad idea in our heads, and if someone overhears that,
This is true.
like, let's avoid a misunderstanding.
Understood. Let's just not talk about it in here.
Probably for the best.
How many people can you describe
Asher?
as
Asher, that's at you, bud.
Dude.
Asher loves yapping.
Also, no devil talk. I'm sorry. I think he's got a bad rap with you, but no devil talk this time, please.
Oh, I'll talk about Lucius whenever I fucking please.
Oh, we're gonna have to fight again.
I mean, he's got a rich family, so I mean,
Not here though, right? Or
Are you guys approaching Bridgeport, though? You guys are continuing to walk, yeah?
oh yeah.
As you guys get closer and closer, only Asher, you begin to realize the crest of the Valenti kingdom. It is massive amounts of troops donned in this light blue with like dark capes that are, or sorry, actually, Kevrick, you would notice too. This is the same armor that you were adorned in for a little while from the army. You notice that there's definitely troops being mobilized south, And as you guys approach, are you guys approaching in any certain way? Are you guys trying to avoid attention? Like, what's going on here?
So Arthur, I mean, what do you think we should do here, man? You're a city slicker. Can you give us some insight on how we should navigate through this city?
Look confident,
Okay.
even if you don't know where you're going.
So act like we're supposed to be here.
Yep.
I'm
be a
not
problem.
good at that.
It's all about how you hold yourself.
Can we stop by the store and buy some stuff?
I mean, once you guys are inside Bridgeport, yeah, I'm sure that that's absolutely possible. I will say, Ansys, I will have you either make, just because I think that you're the only one that really sticks out to a point. I think that either make like a stealth check or make like a general charisma check for me to see if you can just like hold yourself in the way that Arthur said.
I will do a charisma.
Okay.
I know it's worse, but that seems more fitting. So one
It's not an
second.
incredibly high DC or anything. I just want to
Sure.
see what's.
I'm gonna pass the stealth check is basically how that's gonna go. So, fucking 4, bro.
It's okay. It's okay. You're surrounded by compatriots that know you very well and everything, and there are some soldiers who begin to approach you. Though they are just clocking your existence, and they're walking towards you. One of them, about 15-20 feet away from you, says, "Stop right there, please."
I stop.
I stop. Yep.
You guys are coming from the valley. Where are you guys coming from? Why? What? State your business in Bridgeport.
We're just
He's-
here to
he's
take in
not-
the scene.
Okay, he's not addressing me, right?
He's addressing the group.
Okay, cool.
We're just here to take in the scene on vacation. This is my son, and I point at Ansis. He's fallen terribly ill on our journeys. We're looking for a doctor.
I'm gonna intervene. I'm so sorry for my friends. We got lost in the mountains. There was a big avalanche. It pushed us this way. We just want a place to stay tonight and some food to eat.
You got lost in the mountains. What? I'm not saying that I'm trying to force you away. Why were you in the mountains? There's been some commotion going on recently. We need to know kind of everyone's business.
What happened? And I heard something happened in like the southern region, something like that.
State your business, then maybe we can talk.
Well, we're just traveling. What was it? Northish? What was it? Northwest?
Yep.
The mountains
We're
aren't
trying to
very
make
ideal.
it to Winthrop Port Winthrop.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Look, this is just a mistrustful period. It's hard to
No, I
trust.
understand, and I appreciate you doing your job and making sure that people like us are safe whenever we pass through. We don't take it for granted.
Actually, we can either, yeah, I will say make a persuasion check, and this will cut all the bullshit, and you guys will be able to go through if you succeed.
Oh, and I get advantage.
Yep. You haven't attacked him yet.
It just blows his nose into his sleeve.
23.
Okay, yeah. He goes, oh, all right. You all seem nice enough. Look, he addresses you, Arthur, since you asked the question. He says, the Casual and Valentes are brokering peace for the first time in a while. There's something that's been going on towards the Deep Hollow area. We're mobilizing troops there. The war is trying to be called off. The King Valenti and Emperor Kazel are meeting here in Bridgeport this week to broker peace so that we can mobilize forces together. That's kind of what's going on.
King Valenti and who?
And Emperor Kazel.
Spelling.
Kazel. I think you guys already have Emery Kazel's name, but Cassol.
And they're meeting to broker peace.
Yes, there's like a 21-ish, 22, 23, somewhere around there year war. Even though the war had gone very cold and not actively open, it was still known as the relations between the North and the South were not 100% great.
Okay.
I will say, given Arthur's style of clothing, would he be able to get like pegged for someone from the Kazal Empire?
Not necessarily. The normal, like, people are pretty similar. Like, there is not a massive race difference, there's not a massive, like, religion difference. The main thing is just the governments separated due to disbelief in each other to rule effectively. Arthur, I would say you would know that most of it stemmed from prejudice in the Valenti Empire. The Kazals were not comfortable with that. They were a little more modern, per se. And a little less like focus on religion, and the Valentis are a little more focused on the religious side, and they actually have certain laws that are known as like the heresy protection laws. It's just a little more strict on that regard, and the Kazals tried to separate peacefully, and it didn't happen.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys aren't pegged as certain like enemies of the state.
Right. Okay.
So
I feel like I
go
fit
to a
in
shop.
perfectly.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, he
So-
says, you guys can continue into the city. Please use either the north or south entrance. You will be asked to present yourselves so that we can track as of right now. Please take this time to gather yourselves. Don't do anything dumb at the gates. It would be much worse that way.
What does he mean by present ourselves?
It's going to be like a customs check. You guys are going to be required to not like pay a toll or anything, but you guys are going to be recorded that you are in the city.
Of like our names and who we are. And
Yes.
shit.
Yep. It'd be like when you got there, when you left.
Yep.
Okay. So does he? He doesn't. Do we have to check in with him? Does he have our names and everything? and
He
when
is
we get
not.
there?
He is telling you guys to go to one of the gates, though, either the south or north gate. The south gate would be obviously across the river. That makes not a lot of sense. You guys can go to the north gate, though. Cool.
So is our plan to go in, go to a shop, and then leave to go to Port Winthrop?
I say we look around for a little bit.
Yeah, we can poke around.
Yeah, I think some items might be kind of cool. Maybe grab some potions. We don't have any healing means as of now.
Some potions would be nice.
Yeah, and then, I mean, truthfully, after that, I think that's good. But I mean, potions and stuff would be cool. So let's take a look around if you guys
Okay,
are
yeah.
down.
You guys approach the north gate, and very much so. There is a like sort of customs officer. He approaches each of you. He has a massive, like, thick bound book. He is on an empty page, and he clocks the four of you and has a quill in one hand. Another guard steps forward. Name, please, first and last, if you have it. If you're a bastard, we can figure that out as well. And then state business, please. I'm assuming one of you guys will, if you guys will do this one by one, and then if you guys are trying to deceive them and kind of like make a fake name or something, you guys can let me know, but...
I push Arthur ahead. I'm gonna watch you first.
Arthur's just gonna be completely straight, just like, you know, just traveling. First, Arthur Steele, right?
Cool, yeah, he marks it down. He says, alright, are all of you a part of the same troop?
Yep.
Do you guys have a company name?
No.
Okay. And then he marks down Arthur Steelwright and the date and kind of business, and he moves on to the next one. If there's nothing special about what you guys are going to present, you guys can move along as well.
Yeah, Arthur just kind of like looked away quickly when they said no, just so he like they didn't see his reaction on his face. He's
Yeah,
just
okay.
like, oh, I thought we were like.
Okay. You guys enter the city rather safely. The Valenti Guard does take note of Arthur Winthrop if you were going to be using your last name, Arthur. Or sorry, Asher, sorry. A lot of A's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I couldn't really not use my last name
Okay.
because I can't really play off being a bastard for too long. So,
Yep. He looks up and down and says, Sir Winthrop, welcome to Bridgeport. When is your father here? I thought you guys were stationed up north.
I don't know where my father's at, but
Hey, it's not my business.
make
I was just no, I'm not trying to pry, sir. My bad. He looks like he was just trying to make like friendly conversation, and at the first sight of like a roadblock, he said, "Never mind."
all's well.
But you guys can continue into the city.
Yeah, Arthur's gonna walk in and look to. He's like, I thought we decided on a whole like name and stuff. Why did we not?
Yeah,
We don't necessarily need everyone to know it, especially the army. We're not necessarily the most favorable. You remember the 20-minute conversation we had about us not being caught on to or noticeable? I'd say we probably don't want to just tell them our fucking company name.
I feel like most of the attention's gonna be here, given that 2 of the continent leaders are here. Which, okay, don't get me wrong. He's gonna look around to see if anyone's like close to hear it.
I mean, it's a busy city, but it's a busy city.
I'm just saying, if someone wanted to cause chaos like the people we're dealing with, they probably could kill both of them. I'm not saying we. I'm not implying we. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not in the business of committing treason.
As you guys are now in the city, you guys realize there are Castle Empire troops as well. They are gold. There are members of adorned in the gold and like light blue capes that are the colors of the Castle Empire. This is very much a mixing of the two. What's going on?
How far away from the stable master am I?
Oh fuck. I guess. What is your obsession with stable masters?
Nope, because I know this motherfucker.
Yeah, I would say it's probably about 3-4 city blocks because you entered on this side. So.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to go talk to an old friend to see what's new in the city. You're welcome to come with.
I think we should stay together here. This is also don't look those Castle Empire guys in the eyes. I don't know if they're the same as the ones in Golden Spire, but
these are military, not Night's Watch.
Okay.
These are not light bears. These are just military.
Okay.
well, can we do our shopping first, Asher? Can we grab a few things, or do you? Is this imperative that we go right now?
It's not timely.
Are we standing kind of in a place where we can shop at the moment before we walk 4 city blocks?
You guys look around you, and it's a busy thoroughfare. However, it doesn't look like there's an immediate like shop presence here.
Oh, okay. Well, then no big
Let's
deal. Yeah.
walk to the stables. If we see a shop on the way, we'll stop.
Weird.
Okay, yeah. This is very much not the part of the city where like the Golden Cloud Inn is and everything, Asher. So there's not like the nicer areas. However, you can approach the stable very easily. There is nothing that catches your guys' attention just yet.
I'm gonna call out for the stable master. Hello.
A different person turns around. It's a woman. She's dressed in like overalls, like simple overalls with like a dark tan shirt. Hello. What's going on?
Sorry. I'm just. Is there another guy that works here? I spoke to him a week or so ago.
I mean, yeah, we have a number of employees. What's his name? What's his name, Asher? What's his name? What's his name?
Like, I don't know if you ever learned his name.
I didn't. Are you the only one working today?
About this time, yeah, I take over. We have 2 during the day, but only 1 like towards the night. It's almost like asking about other people would be informative, wouldn't it?
I'm just never mind. I'm not gonna do what I was about to do. Okay, no worries. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Look, we have a number of employees. Maybe check back tomorrow if you're looking for someone specific. I'm sorry I can't help you.
All good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys can maneuver wherever you guys please. If you guys are looking for specific shops, you guys can make investigation checks. Also, Asher, if you're wanting to lead them towards like the higher end area, you can do that because you know exactly where that is.
Are there shops over there as well?
You remember there being a few.
Let's
I'm
say in your
looking
guys'
for a
tax bracket.
potion shop.
Shop over here on the side of town.
I got a soft 20.
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
All right.
I don't know really how this is happening, but I've rolled like 3 natural 20s
You've
this
gone
game.
fucking crazy, yeah.
Yes, 21 Savage dice.
I'm using the D&D Beyond dice too, which is not what I normally do.
Okay, so I will say that with just the two of you, actually, you guys begin walking towards the like center of this city, and you guys realize that this bridge is very wide. To make up for the fact that it's not very long, it is basically just one massive bridge, and it is houses and buildings and shops, all in this like weird twisting fashion that all lead towards a middle center square that houses a majority of things. What's up?
Is there like a way for ships to get through here
So,
from Bridgeport?
It's an astute observation, Arthur. There is, underneath the bridge where buildings begin to descend, there is, once again, almost like it's perfectly designed, it almost begins to drop lower to make up for the fact that the bridge hangs lower, and things can sail underneath this bridge.
Okay. That's all I had.
Okay.
While they're shopping around, that card that Amelia gave me, doesn't it change based on her location or whatever?
It does,
right?
yep.
I'm gonna pull that out and take a look.
Okay.
And just see what it says.
It says currently, let me see real quick, because I actually made a note, because I figured you would want to see where she is. It says Bridgeport, and it says the Golden Cloud Inn,
I figured.
and it says the same room that
I
you had
figured.
previously known.
All right.
I specifically would like to look for a shop that looks like a place of aid. So like whether it's like a hospital or a place that's selling potions, medical equipment.
So, I would say you can find both of these things. The potion shop, a medical place will not necessarily be selling potions. They might have a cleric or two, but a medical place would more so be able to sell you some equipment. However, a potion shop is entirely a different thing.
I would like to first go to the potion shop really quick and just see what they have to offer. I'll walk up.
You guys wander upon a store called the Gaelix Goods and Stupendous Stuffs. And it has a bubbling little like vial with like bubbles out the top of it, and the other way is a massive curling staff on like this placard out front, and it hangs over a shop door. It has very pretty windows that are designed in like intricate ways, and it has a very nice wooden door with a crescent moon as like a peephole.
All right. I'll go in first, and I'll find the clerk. And
You open the door, and a little bell rings on the door, and you enter, and no one comes immediately to the counter in front of you. However, there is a many of shelves, a line that seem to have knickknacks in a whole bunch of different gizmos and gadgets.
Do that even?
A doodad even. You're not quite sure how many of these are magical per se or like unique in a certain way, but there is definitely potions for sale. You can smell like thick herbal smells here. No one comes for like the first minute or so, and then out the back you hear, "All right, just 1 minute, sorry, I'm just cleaning up real quick." And then 30 or so seconds later, there's a very surprisingly short man enters the main front of it. He's got long blonde hair that comes down to like his shoulders. He's got like a leather apron on, and he's got like some soot and some like dirt on his face. Very clean hands now, as you assume he just washed them, curled up like white cuffs of a shirt. He says, "All right, What can I do you for, guys? Welcome to my shop. It's just me in, so if you're asking for any help or anything looking around, let me know, and I'll help you out.
What do you? We're travelers. We're heading here, and
I
or we're passing
assumed.
through town. We're passing through town.
You don't have
What-
to make an insight check on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
He just he just wants to be like, if is that like a I assumed, as in like, oh, travelers, or like, oh, I assumed. That's a 7.
Hard to read. He just assumed.
Yeah, Arthur was about to like be like, what'd you just say to me? But no.
Yeah, we were just stopping in to see if you had anything that could aid us in our travels. We're low on equipment at the moment, especially the type of equipment that could keep you alive.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've got some health potions in stock. However, I will say the armies coming through have kind of cleaned me out quite a bit. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like they're stocking up. They've just put in a massive order. So if you guys, I kept a few because I knew that I need to make some coins still. He pulls out like a case. It would be like normally 12. There is 3 vials. 2 of them are the base level, like lesser healing potions, and then 1 of them is the next level up, the like minor, I think. Yeah. So there's the healing potion and then the greater healing potion. So there's two healings and then 1 greater.
Okay. How much do the small potions go for?
They run 50 GP normally.
Well, guys, I've got about 46 gold to my name, so if we want to combine,
I have 140 something, so I could.
How do you guys have all this money? I have 4.
Have you not been adding the money that you guys got?
What money?
There's been several times where I'm like, Arthur, you find 40 gold, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna split it up among the 4 of us.
No, I've been missing that.
That's so
Clearly.
funny. Well, you have 4 gold.
Yeah,
That's the goals of the Avalanche.
yeah, Kev has like a hole in his pocket or something.
The last time I heard about gold is Bando had a shit ton of it on him.
You did have a lot of gold.
Damn.
Well,
Can we do some barter with this fella? I got some chainmail I could give him.
You guys can try.
Wait, what's everyone buying right now?
buy a potion.
We should definitely get a potion or 2.
Who has potions left? You have
I
one.
have 2 potions. I have one that's a D6 plus 2 and one that's a D4 plus 2.
All right, so you have 2 potions,
Not a
and no one else has any potions.
So
Oh, no,
I think
I
you've
have
written these
I have a
down
couple.
wrong, Asher. Because a potion of healing is 2d4 plus 2,
Okay.
and then a greater healing is 4d4 plus 4.
I don't know that I think I definitely just have 2d4s then.
Okay.
I would. Okay. Yeah, I'll fix that. So
Okay.
we're buying potions, right?
Yeah. So I think what we should do is we should buy 2 more potions. Everyone has 1 potion. That's way if someone dies,
Yeah.
everyone has a potion on them.
How much does that cost?
So
It will cost
it's gonna be-
100.
Yeah, it would cost 100 gold to buy the 2 healing potions.
All right. I have my chainmail and 4 gold. The chainmail is about 75.
I'm
It
gonna
is 75
slap 100 on the
GP.
fucking counter and grab the potions.
All right.
Are you gonna
easy
buy
enough.
Are you
Can I
buying
just-
the greater
can I
healing one
just-
as well?
Can I just sell this chainmail, please? It weighs 55 pounds.
I don't know
You
if
should-
the potion seller's gonna take your chainmail.
So
Well,
I
the
will-
army is coming through.
I will also
so-
remind you that this is Valenti Kingdom armor that you had in the military. It is fine make.
Yeah, you're a deserter.
Hey man, you might be able to fucking wear it as a disguise.
I guess we could sneak into some places here.
Yeah, you should just keep it.
All right,
Also
we'll
just
keep it.
wouldn't go
You could
flaunting
also.
around.
I think this is something that you could end up throwing in the bag of holding.
Really?
Andrea.
I think chainmail you could finesse into the bag of holding. I think that's fair enough. Yeah.
I'm a finesse in the bag of holding then, and not worry about it.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
just please keep track of things in the bag of holding because I will not.
All right.
So just for
I
recap,
think that is the first thing we put in the bag of holding.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys took out
Let me-
the gold and the scroll of fireball, and then the person who had those things died.
So just to recap, what am I getting for 100 gold?
100 gold is the 2 standard healing potions. There is still a greater healing potion on the table that cost... Oh, well, why does this one not say? Let's
say we just-
call it 75 gold for the greater healing.
I'll get these 2. I recommend you guys save your money for a fun night on the town tonight.
I'm not having a fun time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you buy the 2 healing potions. And he's
I'll just give it to whoever doesn't have them.
okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I've got some.
Yeah, so
I'll
everyone
take-
mark that they have at least 1 potion now. Make sure you guys have the right amount. I don't want you guys to get gypped out of your coins or anything.
I already had 2. Onsis had 1.
No, I have 2.
You have 2 as well. And
Yeah,
then
I
so
have 2.
Double and Arthur and Kevrick just got 1.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 6.
Yes.
He goes, all right. Well, I appreciate the patronage. If you guys are looking for anything to be enchanted as well, I've got some backed up orders, obviously because of the military. But I've got some things on sale if you guys want to look around. However, they are a little more expensive because they are enchanted items. So.
What does he have up there?
Yeah.
It seems like there is a lot of things that you guys wouldn't be interested in because I know your guys' characters now. I made this store whenever I didn't. There is a massive broad axe, like a giant fucking axe that just sits on across the wall. There is a shield. There is a sewing kit, actually. There's a sewing kit, like a small sewing kit that has like, it's a clear case and has like a finely made needle in it, and then some like a spool of thread.
What's enchanted about it?
He goes, oh, so this allows you to basically use the mending cantrip. It doesn't acquire attunement or anything. It'll run you about 65 gold pieces. It's the mending cantrip, and you can use it pretty much as many times as you want a day.
What,
yeah.
So what is the mending?
Mending cantrip. Let me get it for you.
Spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn clack, or a leaking water skin.
Perfect.
I don't know. Do you guys think that's going to be useful to have, or?
Can this cantrip mend torn skin?
No,
Then
I don't believe
no.
so.
I think that's probably not worth it.
What is the broad axe a martial weapon?
It would be so. Sorry, guys. Let me pull this back up. No, it would not be.
Oh, if it's simple, hold on. Is it like a two-handed weapon?
It's a two-handed weapon.
Arthur's gonna ask what it does.
Okay. So, this is a standard great axe, except for it is a +1 and is a great axe of laceration. Upon successfully hitting someone, you apply a 1d4 bleed to that person for 2 turns. And they take the dice you roll on that d4, they will take that guaranteed the next 2 turns. If they fail the check, which I believe is a DC 15 Constitution check.
I think if anyone's paying attention to Arthur, he almost seems to like look younger for a second as he's like, "Oh, that's so cool." He's
Yeah, you
gonna
can
just
see
have-
the blade on it is like pretty fucked up and jagged as well. Like it's a ripper. It's not necessarily like a chopping axe. You stick it in and you pull.
he's gonna ask how
Oh.
much it costs.
Okay.
Ooh, that'll run you about it's one of my final works recently. I'm surprised the military didn't take it. It'll run you about 300 gold pieces.
He's just gonna be like, maybe later then.
I'll give you everything I got, Arthur. I don't want this gold.
I'm running like 160 short, so I'm not sure if that's worth it.
Okay. He goes, I totally understand.
Ansis looks at Asher.
It's like, no, don't worry about it. I'll get it later though.
All right. If you want to come back, we'll come back.
You see, he goes, also, I think there is one thing that may be useful to some adventurers, just like yourself. This is something I kept specifically for someone it was asked to make, but they're about a month behind on their pickup. So, I think it's safe to say they're not coming. He goes, and he pulls out another, like, blue vial, and he goes, this is a potion of heroism. It gives you basically the effect of guidance, I believe. It's a D4, and it gives you some temporary hit points.
Yeah. Who is the person that this was made for?
Clientele confidentiality, my friend.
What was he paying for it?
Look, I'm not going to scam you out of the gold. The potion of heroism, let me just look at the price again. I didn't expect you guys to be shopping so quickly. It looks like this is going to be running you about 180 GP.
Yeesh.
He says, since I've been holding on to it though, I could call it 160. This is kind of a fire sale moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, make it 140 and I'll buy it right now.
Make a persuasion check.
Light work.
That would be something that Asher's fucking interested in.
That one.
Well, you have advantage. You have advantage.
Oh, fuck. Let's go.
That's a good feeling.
Yeah,
Well, in
that's
that one, he just
huge.
shoot you.
He takes the potion, pulls out a sword.
You're like, how dare you?
19.
He
Let's
goes,
go.
145.
I turn around, start walking out the door.
He doesn't do anything. He keeps it. Yeah. He says, "All right, I appreciate you guys' patronage. Seriously, stay safe out there. I know shit's getting wicked. Please
Thanks for
enjoy
your time.
your stay in Bridgeport, travelers."
Cool. I wanna go to the other place.
Yeah, this is simply, it's like a general store, but it's just like a little more like specialized goods. So this is where you're gonna like find your profession materials. If you're looking for a medic kit.
Looking for a medic kit, bandages, things of that sort. More like not magical means of healing, like more practical means.
Yeah, absolutely. You can absolutely find it, and it looks like it's gonna run you about 10 GP.
Oh hell yeah. So yeah, I'll find the clerk or whoever is running the place that we're at.
Yeah, it's a simple older woman.
I'll introduce myself and say same thing as before. You know, we're passing through, and this time I'll be like, I'm really tired of seeing my friends get hurt and being in sticky situations and not being able to do anything about it. So
She goes, "Oh,
do
it's
you have
very
anything
kind
for
of
me?
your soul. Yes,
I need something lightweight, compact, something I can fit possibly in this pocket I have on my hip.
Yeah, she throws
I'm
together.
agile, so.
She throws together a healer's kit with bandage, needle and thread, some sort of like ointments and etc. And you have a healing kit for 10 GP as long as you're able to pay it.
Yep, I got 46, so I will subtract my GP and add that to my inventory.
Okay. So healer's kit. I don't know if you're aware, but if you're not proficient with it, we can, if this is something you're wanting to like delve into a little bit more, we can kind of start role playing you trying to get more experience and become efficient throughout time.
Yeah.
But it is basically.
So I
like
won't be
it
able to
says,
use it until I'm proficient, or
you can use it. It's just you will have to still make the medicine check. So this kit is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. This kit has 10 uses. As an action, you can expend 1 use of the kit to stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points, without needing to make a wisdom medicine check. This will basically, until you're proficient with it, you will have to make this medicine check.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of like roleplay you getting enough experience and kind of becoming.
Yeah, we can talk more about it, but I know I had mentioned something to you recently. So this was kind of my,
of course,
initiation of trying to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
I'm not horrible at medicine.
Cool.
So I'm not great, but I'm not bad.
As you guys exit this store, you guys also notice a store called Muzzle's Mischief, and it has a stack of gold coins and a dice that's like next to it.
I'm going in there.
Yeah, same.
Okay, you guys enter, and instantly this is a very different vibe in here. It's almost like the store is made for a smaller person, like a smaller being. Everything is lower to the ground. Things are kind of at a crooked angle. The glass is super dark, and the like aisles of shelves and everything go and then just stop abruptly. And even though there's like 10 feet more of store behind it, so you kind of have to like exit the aisle and go to the next one over. And you guys find a counter at the back. There's a whole bunch of shit in here. It is just like a smattering of goods. And you don't see anyone at the counter, and there wasn't like a bell to ring on the door or anything, but you see like a really shoddily chicken scratch like piece of paper that says, "Knock loudly."
Arthur's gonna like reel back his arm.
Yeah, if you who's there? And you guys see very long green ears come out from behind the like doorway behind the counter, and it's a small goblin man with like a scraggly ass beard, which is strange, fucked up teeth. He's got like a gold nose ring, and he's got a monocle on one eye. Can I help you guys?
What kind of store is this?
It's whatever store you want it to be. And he like kind of skitters over and gets on top of the counter. Are you looking to buy?
If there's something I want or need.
Well, what do you want or need, my friend? I'm sure I've got it. And he kind of like, you can see he like crawls on all fours, but like gallops almost like a gorilla. Like, it's kind of funny. You know golems are intellectual, or not golems. You know goblins are intellectual enough to walk. This dude is choosing not to. So he kind of like does this like gallop across the thing. He kind of like grabs onto a chandelier and swings across and like gets on top of one of the aisles. I have a numerous amount of items. And he kind of grabs this like pouch of ball bearings. And he goes, you throw one of these ball bearings and it may cause someone to slip. He drops the like, thing of ball bearings. He grabs like these like blue boxes. And he goes, you throw one of these and it will make an odor out of nowhere. And he like kind of like skips over to another one, and it's like these glow stick looking things now. They're like maybe 6 inches. 6 inches. It's maybe about 6 inches, and it's just like a solid white color. And he goes, you break these and then throw them, or you can have it on your person and it will make a noise. And then he can keep going if you guys are interested in any of these. There's like some other things that he can have. You guys can ask questions to see what he has as well. But
How much for the ball bearings?
the ball bearings for the whole pack is only about 5 gold pieces.
I tossed 5 gold onto the counter.
Okay. These ball bearings are not magical. However, if they are all used, it will in an area and someone walks over them, it will require a dexterity check of 15 to save from falling.
How much for the glow sticks?
One glow stick will run you about 1 gold piece, and I've got 10 of them in stock.
I'll take 4.
Okay, mark 4 gold down. This is a noise stick. You crack it, and you have a single round until it makes a noise, and you're not sure what that noise is yet, but...
Imagine it's just him screaming.
Do they glow, or do they just make noise?
They just seem to make noise.
Alright.
I'm gonna buy the other 6.
Okay, yeah, mark down 6 gold.
Is this a bag of 1,000 ball bearings?
It is a bag of 1,000 ball bearings.
Sick.
It's a lot of ball bearings.
Hey DM, so what's the difference between putting something in my equipment and something in my backpack?
Not a whole lot. Usually it just means that you have to keep track of weight one way or another. However, that's not very fun. So unless something is impossibly heavy, I don't count it.
Sure. Yeah, I was basically keeping it to where equipment was like on my person.
Yeah.
And then
In combat,
Pockets.
in combat, you can use your equipment. In combat, you would have to take off your backpack and rummage through it to find it.
that's what I thought. Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was a real mechanic or not. 1,000 ball bearings is kind of a lot.
Yeah, it is. And I will say there's enough in there where you could probably get 2-3 uses out of it. It's just kind of depending on the scenario you're using it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing that he mentioned were the fart boxes, basically. So.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask if there's anything that can be used for deception.
Ooh, deception. My favorite kind of deception. Let me go see real quick. And he kind of like scuttles back into the back of the store, and you hear, bing. No, that's not it. And then he comes back out, and you see he's got like black marks on his face now for some reason, and he pulls out just a green lens, and he says, if you look through this at someone, it'll tell you how susceptible they are to your deception.
Is there a range?
Well, you gotta be somewhat close to them, yeah.
What are you asking?
25 gold pieces.
What are you asking for a normal person that walks in here?
35. And he looks at you. You smell like gold.
And you smell like shit.
Well, I'm covered in it. Says, do you want it or not?
I'll give you 25.
Okay. And he slowly hands it over and sticks out his hand for the, like, 25 gold.
I'll drop it off, but like making sure not to touch him.
Okay. Yeah, it quite literally reads their insight. That's all it is.
Perfect.
Other than that, he doesn't seem to have too much of like interest. You guys can try and ask some more questions, but that's about it.
Yeah, sure, I got a plan. Arthur's gonna walk outside.
Okay.
I'll follow.
I'll follow as well.
Sure, why not?
All right, this is a little selfish, but I want that axe, but I don't want to sit here forever. So,
I take out all of my gold and I just toss it to him.
He's like,
So-
wait, hold on. Well, this will also be good for us, just in general. Hopefully it won't take too long if it works out. But from something I learned in Goldspire is it's not just rich people, but they do take a good interest in it. But everyone usually likes some blood sport. So
Are you gonna duel somebody for this?
I think we could. I wouldn't doubt it if there was some kind of fight pit here. And I think Asher is our best way to find one, at least the high-end one. And that way, if they're running a betting thing, we can make some quick money.
Real quick, Arthur, I am sorry. It is a martial weapon. I just couldn't find the card earlier. It is a martial weapon.
Got it.
I saw the way you were looking at that axe, and I think you would be the most formidable one of the group to swing that around. I
don't know how
think
to
that
use
would be
it,
a delight.
I think it'd be fun to have.
Well, can practice. Makes perfect.
So,
Asher, what do you think, man? You think you can do some scheming?
Do you
So you
think
can
it's a
get
good time for a midway break?
I think if you guys are gonna stay in Bridgeport for at least the night, this would probably be a great time to take a
I
little
think
break.
we should.
Because we're
Alright, let's
heading
take
about
a
2
break.
hours, so let's go ahead and break. See you in a bit, chat.
I think both would work
So sick.
All right, we are back, boys.
Let's go.
Yeah, you guys,
No-
where we had left off, had been discussing about what your guys' next steps are for the night. A mention of a fight pit was spoken about. We had discussed something else about rich people. Asher has some interest elsewhere in the city. So what are you guys doing here? What's going on, folks?
What time is it right now?
You guys are probably broaching about 5:30 p.m. So dinner time, evening.
Would I know of any sparring place or fight pit?
You
anything
didn't
of-
look for it the last time.
Right.
You wouldn't have probably heard anything without asking about it, and you didn't ask for it. So
Hmm.
We do a quick check around to see if there's any big brawny guys with scars on them.
I guess
Maybe some shirts off.
Okay.
Yeah, make a perception check for me, Kevrick.
Well, I mean, because I'm assuming that the fight pits would be illegal. Like, do we
12.
would we generally know anything
You
about?
find large dudes with their shirts off, Kevrick.
Fuck yeah. All right. How beat up do they look?
Beat up enough.
All right. I'm gonna kind of just like stroll on over there.
Yeah.
Just be like, "Hey, fellas. I'm looking to make some coin in this city. Do you know of a place where I could do that?"
Look, fellas.
They go.
They're gonna be like, yeah, you can get a job.
They all look at you and say, yeah, you can make money very easily in this city. What are you trying to do for this money?
Well, I'm not too skilled, but I do like punching.
They give you a weird look, and now, since you rolled a 12, you realize they're standing in front of a brothel.
Never mind. Have a good night, guys.
I'm so sorry. I'll just.
Oh,
my
shit.
God.
Okay.
But the rest of us just watching him walk up to like.
No, yeah, all you guys clock this and just like, what is he doing?
It's like, do you think Kevrick knows what a brothel is? Like this?
Kevrick, how about we ask the fucking armsmith that we just talked to if he knows anything?
A fight pit?
Arthur,
Yeah, I mean,
you had asked me.
Risky.
Yeah, you had said something that if you were wanting to know more information, I can let you know, but otherwise.
It's just like a fight pit would be generally illegal, right? Or at least like betting on one.
Betting on one's gotta be illegal, but you could definitely have one, I feel like.
The only thing that
I'm about to put together a nasty parlay. for
I
this
think we
one.
could slap a
So-
Dude, think about it. If we have Arthur fight, right? And then we just put our gold on Arthur
Or we bet against Arthur
and he throws.
and he throws.
I like that, but it's also we're gonna get in trouble with the crime syndicate.
How?
Or
So,
Well, because if we put in
See,
a
we
fighter
don't
and
know
he
if there's a
throws,
time sin to get here, huh?
I can
Asher-
do
It's
gotta
what I
be.
want.
Asher, you remember from the last time you were here, this is a neutral part of the continent. There is not a ruling body that rules over Bridgeport. You assume that's why people are meeting here. There is a
Right.
body that governs, but it is more so just to keep peace.
Hmm.
So you're unsure of what the laws are in this land.
So I don't exactly know what the rules are here. I wouldn't want to be seen anywhere near this place just because of the weight it would hold. But if we find it, I can make someone look like someone else and they can go bet against Arthur.
I would be down for you to disguise me, and then I go do the shifty
Can
little
you
betting.
use your mask of many faces on other people?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Ooh.
only on self.
Maybe I'm
Oh,
thinking of
okay.
invisibility. Hold on.
Well, I can't do that.
Invisibility you can definitely cast on someone else.
Oh, I'm totally down to throw some crazy parlays on Arthur throwing though.
Yeah, I'd like to see Arthur throw. There's no doubt.
Hold on.
Listen, because he gets beat up, I can heal him, and then we do it again.
Yeah. It's only on myself.
You're like the dude in his corner, like doing the fucking like Vaseline on his fucking eyebrows and shit. You're like his coach.
Okay. Okay, the only thing I'm thinking now is that this is probably going to take place at night, not at 5 p.m. So there's probably nothing to find right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I was also thinking if you know other rich folks here, or at least if you're able to talk with them, they
Yeah.
probably know the more higher end ones, if that, well, as high end as you can get.
Yeah, I know a spot.
You know the spot, actually.
Are you guys comfortable being around a bunch of wealth fuckers for the next couple hours? Can you guys
I can hold my tongue.
I don't
Yeah.
like to talk much, anyways. So
just don't look like a weird shadowy figure and you'll be good.
Impossible for Onsis to
Yep.
not do that.
Yeah, I guess we're like your bodyguards or something.
Right. Okay. Let's make our way to the spot.
Arthur's gonna flick his token to clean himself off.
Yeah. Yeah, you can remember the way to the Golden Cloud Inn. You appear in front of this. So as you guys are going through this city, you guys begin to see more and more what looks like there's like more space between buildings. There's more defined roads. You guys are approaching a district that just has more money. It's nicer cobblestones, nicer wood. And then you guys approach the front of the Golden Cloud Inn. This wooden sign itself has gold inlay in it. And there is guards out front of it. These are not like the military guards. These are people who,
Bouncers.
these are bouncers. However, if you guys are walking in, the second you walk in, there is very obviously members of the Castle military in here. They are manning the inside of the door, and they are manning the stairs, they are manning the back door, they are manning the desk, and they are manning the bar.
Just to be clear, the Castle, that's south, right?
That is south. Their whole thing is gold and skies, so they might have found interest in the high-end gold inn.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that the whole Golden Spire thing is like literal? There's an actual Golden Spire.
You never told us that.
Yeah, sorry, I just...
Onsis,
yeah.
you would have seen it there. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty apparent.
So, Arthur, do you have like a general good standing with people from Golden Spire in the south? Do you like...
First of all, asking a shipwright if he knows the Emperor is very funny.
No. I'm just saying, like, you're not like someone that they wouldn't want to see, right? Like, you have a neutral. Like, you're not going to get fucked up from these people that you have been around.
It depends.
Right.
If they fraternize with the Devine family, probably not. But if it's the military, I don't think they know who I am.
Okay. I think we just we make our way in there.
Yeah, there are other patrons inside. It's the same. It's you guys walk in, and for those who have not seen this before, it is very beautiful in here. There's silks that drape down. There's basically conversation pits that sink into the ground that have hookah stands in the middle. There's very fine cushions and couches that adorn the areas. This place smells good. It smells like lavender and like cinnamon and like the best incenses you've ever smelt. This is a high-end bar and a high-end place to stay.
When I walk in, do I happen to see a very large rich man?
You do not.
Okay. All right. I'll look around. And is there an Amelia Star maze in this room?
Not in this room.
I'll look to you guys. How about we get some drinks? Get this night started.
As you guys enter, the guards will, the military will stop you real quick. Oi, you guys stay here. I am not familiar with the faces. If you're looking to check in, you need to report now. As you guys have the privilege of staying in the same place as many officials of the Kazal Empire. We need to know who you are, why you're here, and why you can afford this place.
Right. Well, we're heading to my family's port, so we're just stopping by.
Look. He bites his tongue. What's your name?
Asher.
What's your last
Winthrop.
name? Thank you. From Port Winthrop, I would assume.
Nope.
The rest of your compatriots, who are they? He doesn't address them, he addresses you.
Yeah. This is Arthur, the very tall, big man in the cloak.
Writes it down. Okay, what's his job here?
He's accompanying me on my travel.
Security. Next.
This is Kevrik. You can tell they have similar jobs.
Yeah, I got that much. Now, who is the man wearing a black gi with milky white eyes? And he just kind of like looks around the rest of you and at Ansys.
This is Arthur's companion. They're a package deal.
Sure. All right.
I will take my hood off. I'll keep my like face covered, but I'll take my hood off and look up at him with the like kind of creepy milky eyes.
He says, "Look, since I know the name, you're welcome to stay here. You still have to pay the price for the innkeep. I don't know where they are right now. I won't take your money though, because that seems disingenuous. But I'm sure they'll be down in just a sec. If you guys want to get a drink or whatever, feel free."
Thank you. Have a good one.
Of course. Enjoy your night. And he lets you guys go. This place is kind of empty. There's other people in here, but none of the familiar figures that you would have seen, Asher.
You guys fancy a drink?
Always.
Gosh.
I don't drink, but I'll hang out.
I think we make our way to the bar.
This
The same.
A very cute 5'2", 5'3" blonde barmaid is working the bar. She has her hair into like braided pigtails now, and like in a middle part that kind of come into pigtails now. The freckles on the cheeks. She looks like she's less flushed than last time. She's not working nearly as hard. Also, to note, there is the same giant bodyguard in the background, working the back.
Do I remember this lady's name?
I don't know, do you?
Fuck, let me scroll.
I don't know if you ever got her name.
I think I did.
Once again, it pays to ask.
Yeah. That's tough. All right, I'll just walk up. Long time no see.
Oh, it's not been that long. Come on. What can I do you for? And she's like cleaning out a tankard.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. I'll take three shots of the emerald wine.
Ooh, man, you have really gotten a taste for that stuff, haven't you? And she uncorks it and pours the 3 shots. That is 30 gold.
I'll say, you know what? Make it 4. When in Rome, right?
She goes, when in Rome. Don't know where Rome is, but she pours the 4th shot and she slides it over. She goes, 40 gold.
I hand her 40.
Yeah, she assumed. She takes the 40 gold, pockets it. Doesn't pocket it, sorry. She moves it over to the register. Yeah, let me know if you guys need anything. It's good to see you again. Glad you're safe back. How's your journeys been, guys? The 3 of you I don't recognize, but
Guys, introduce yourself.
Arthur.
Oh,
Everett.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Ansys.
Nice to meet you. She says, well, let me know if you guys need anything, and then walks off. You guys are left with 4 shots for each of you, or 1 shot for each of you, of this, like, if you guys have seen sake, it's like a similar look to, it's like that kind of cloudy, milky, tannish color, and it is not warmed or anything like you can get sake, but this is just very nice, like a spiced rice wine. Or a rice spiced wine.
Arthur will take his and go, thanks, boss, and down it.
Pleasure working for you.
As it touches your taste buds, this shit's good. It is extremely smooth. Alcohol usually comes with like a bite. This has none of it. It is almost like, even though it's not warm temperature-wise, it warms the inside of your body as it goes down. And it's strong, too, because off of 1 shot, you have a little bit of a buzz in like the next 30 minutes. Sorry, not 30 minutes. In the next like 30 seconds or so, you have like, you've probably equated to a drink off of that. Maybe a little more than that.
Thoughts?
That was some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
I'll
I
pull
like
out my
that.
pipe and start smoking.
Yeah, okay.
Can I do that here?
Yes, absolutely. This is a hookah bar, for lack of a better term, so...
Let's go.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, I was going to ask what the next plan was, so go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna look around and see if there's anyone that stands out that's not military, not working a post, any just normal civilians in here.
No normal civilians are in here. You kind of post up at the bar. Make an insight check for me, actually, because I think saying no civilians in here is disingenuous for like what you're going for. So.
That's a 24.
Okay. Damn. There is a finely adorned human woman who you see holds herself very regally. She is older, but she also has a golden rising sun pin on her like lapel. She wears a blazer, not like a robe or like a gown or anything. She wears a blazer and a nice shirt underneath, and she wears very finely like cuffed suit pants almost, and then like a nice shoe to go with it. And she has a like short haircut, like almost like a pixie cut. And she's older, but she still holds herself very well, and she looks not muscular but well built. But she has like the gold rising sun on her lapel.
Before I move, I'm gonna look at the card again. Does it still say the room number?
You remember that it said where she was staying, almost like a check-in
Yep.
system. So she's still
Yep.
staying here. She may not be here. It's the same room number though.
Same room number. Okay. Which room number was that?
I think it was 7.
Okay.
It's been like 12 weeks since session 0, so it is a little hard to remember, but
LDM for real.
yeah, seriously.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll go up and introduce myself. I'll kind of leave them at the bar for now.
As you walk up, one of the Castle Empire's military hand on your chest. Who?
Sorry.
Yeah. Ma'am, are you expecting someone? She goes, no, I'm not. Who are you?
I'm Asher Winthrop. I was just saying what's up. Who are you?
I'm someone too important for someone I don't know.
I think Arthur has walked up behind Asher. He's kind of keeping up like a bodyguard, so he's like kind of mean mugging the guy as he like touched him.
I'm gonna like put my hand up to Arthur behind me, and not to like do anything crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just waiting.
Right. So I must have missed the part where the people staying in the same inn can't speak to each other in the lobby. I didn't mean any offense. I just wanted to make company and.
It's not offense, it's just my job here is very important, and I don't want someone stabbing me in my fucking face.
Right. I don't have any sharp objects on me. I just want to know who this lady is behind you.
Make a persuasion check.
Advantage, motherfucker. Bet. Advantage is a blessing. 22.
Who are you to the Castle Empire?
Nobody. I'm
Well,
just...
then I think our business here is done.
Who is she to the Castle Empire? I'm just trying to make friends here, sir. I'm not...
No, you're speaking
Trying to
directly
pry.
to her.
Oh. Okay.
She says, unless you want to rephrase that sentence because now you know.
Yeah, I just fucking... She has a deep-ass voice. Sorry, I'm... You guys, you don't know who I am, the Empire. I have never had a run-in with you guys. I just know there's a lot of commotion in the town, and just figured I'd kind of see what's going on, see what's new. I'm not trying to pry or anything.
Well then, stop prying.
Because I deceived this, or I persuaded this lady.
Yeah, you got the next sentence. That's all you got.
No, I know, but I also get a stat.
Yeah, you do.
How?
Pick one.
Yeah. How much health does she have? I'm curious.
Ooh, it's higher than yours, about 80 hit points.
Right. So.
Right.
Okay. Very well then. It was nice talking to you, I guess.
Yep. Enjoy your evening.
She has a deep ass voice. What the fuck? I literally thought I was talking to the security guard.
I thought Ian was just stuck in guard voice.
Okay. I'm going to go and check out room number 7, see if anyone's there. You guys stay here for a little bit.
Okay. You go up the stairs to room number 7. I'm assuming?
Yep.
About 30 seconds goes by, and then... Hello?
Hello, Miss Star Maze.
Who is it?
It's Asher.
Oh god, and here I was, and she opens the door now, thinking that I was done with all the trouble. Hello. It's nice to see you again.
How have you been?
Well, she looks up and down the hall. Shit got busy.
You mind if I just, real quick, I don't want to have this conversation in the hallway.
Would you prefer we go downstairs?
Well, there's more guards downstairs than there are in the hallway.
There is another voice from inside the room. A man.
Yep.
Deep and older now that he like walks into frame. Darling, who is it? Oh, father, it's no one. It's just a friend I met a couple, maybe about a week ago, 9-ish days. But he was just stopping by to see how I was doing. Alright, he shakes out a hand. Nice to meet you.
Asher.
Asher?
Likewise, Mr. Starmist.
He actually doesn't present a first name. He appreciates the Mr. Starmaze. He says, yeah, it's nice to meet you as well. How do you know my daughter?
I was passing through here a little over a week ago, and we met downstairs, actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry, to get in the way. Just curious, doing the father thing, of course. And he actually just like kind of.
You're in your room.
Yeah. Thank you very much, young sir. And he actually just turns around and like kind of goes back to his things. He doesn't seem like too interested in someone who is here and important.
I'm going to message Amelia and say, oh fuck. I'm gonna message and ask, is there a safe place to talk?
She'll message back. I mean, really, this is kind of the safest place in the city, I think. If you just want to go downstairs, we can.
Yeah, that's
she doesn't really necessarily know like how safe you need to be, and being surrounded by a bunch of military men is pretty safe in her eyes. So,
Right.
she will kind of like grab you by the arm and escort you downstairs back to your friends. You guys see this very beautiful woman with reddish goldish hair that kind of spills, dressed in a nice gown. She fits the bill of a rich woman, to say the least. She's very well kept, well mannered. She walks down with Asher next to her.
Are you guys still at the bar?
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk up. I'll motion to the bartender and just do 2 more. And then-
Shots, yes.
Yep.
She pours 2 more.
And then I'll,
Puts them up on the bar.
yep. In conversation, I'm just gonna drop the 20 gold.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna be introducing. Amelia, this is my team. Friends. This is Arthur.
She does go to shake your hand, but she does like kind of like the dainty one. She's almost acting like royalty.
Okay, Arthur will do so.
This is Kevrik. He's 2 people. You'll see eventually. This is Ansis. He's. This is Ansis.
She says, I quite like your vibe. And then she sticks her hand out to you as well. But yeah, well, it's very nice to meet you guys. Whatever you guys have been doing with my dear friend Asher here, I appreciate your guys' company too. Glad he's safe. Glad he's back. I don't know what you guys were doing.
Yeah, about that. Have you heard anything about Deep Hollow or Earthlight
Well,
or Final Ride? Sorry, Final Ride.
oh, okay. Though I know that's why the Emperor and the King are here. they're brokering peace between each other so that they can send troops. They basically are trying to call either a ceasefire or create the end of the war, because something has happened towards Deep Hollow. I haven't been privy to what, but on the same day that peace was announced, there was also an attack here. So I assume that there's a lot of things that are going on that are of worry.
Attack by whom?
I personally don't know, but there was a man that ran into a populated tavern, yelled something, and detonated.
Gotcha. So that explains the military presence being elevated, along with the world leaders.
I was about to say, I think it has to do with that as well as the two very powerful people. But either way, I don't think that any sort of... Granted, that was before there was a military presence here, so I almost don't think anywhere is safe right now, which scares me a little bit, but...
Yeah, what are you doing in town?
I'm still mostly just kind of staying. My father didn't want me to travel alone with the small party that I came with, so he and a group of basically bodyguards came and got me. We're heading on planning out either tomorrow or the day after, depending on how my father's business goes.
Back to Breeze Point, I assume?
Yeah.
What's your father's business? You never mentioned.
We are... She did mention. She goes, if you remember, we export and import things from the mines from the Diamond Sun Isles. We also have a gold mine that we operate in Breeze Point. In direct accordance with the Kazal Empire, of course, because they love their gold, but...
Fuck. This is above table. I don't know how to connect this to the fucking duels at all. I've been trying to figure out a way, but...
Arthur, well, I have something in mind above game. It's just more of like, you would kind of like subtly be like, so what if I wanted to see something interesting? Or you could try to frame it as like you're sponsoring Arthur. To be like, oh, I want to see something and I got a guy.
Okay. So, we're just passing through as well. We plan on heading out tomorrow. Other than the end, like, what is there to do for entertainment around here? I mean, I know it's a big city, but we've kind of seen it all among other cities. Is there anything unique here that we can do to pass the time? Clearly, this place isn't as thriving as it was the last time we spoke.
Yeah, I think the military scares a lot of people off. Look, there's a lot of things you can do in this city because it is kind of neutral ground. I know that there is a mistress that runs a very unique brothel in this part of town. There is casinos. There's places to watch plays. There's places to watch fights. There's places to see art. What are you looking for?
What kind of fights?
Oh, it's not really my forte. I just know I know a bookie is basically what I'm trying to say. My father would smack me upside the head if he heard me say that. There's a small organization that runs like some exhibition fights. They don't really have a name or anything. I can get you with a contact if that's what you're interested in, and kind of like showing you where to go. But also, it's not guaranteed to happen every night. There may not be something happening tonight. Or maybe you could, if you're early enough, you could start a bout if you really had the money to.
I think it's worth checking out.
Yeah,
If you could give
okay.
it context, it'd be great.
She goes, yeah, so there's an inn just outside of this district. It's a little bit lower scale, called the Leaky Tankard. Talk to a man named Maxwell Mann. He'll have like short, stubbly black beard, long black hair, usually wearing just normal clothing, and he's got like a scar across the right side of his face that's pretty obvious. I think you'll be able to find him, and it's not like he's illegal or anything. Like, you can ask about him, but you should be able to ask for him and see what's going on.
So he's not illegal, but the whole fighting scene is.
No, it may be under scrutiny right now because there's two world leaders here, but this is kind of a place for whatever works. That's kind of why people come here to like vacation to a certain extent. It's a good place to make connections because you can do things that aren't available elsewhere. It's not illegal. It's not necessarily put on posters and advertised, but it's not illegal.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks for the info. We'll check it out. Pleasure as always.
The pleasure's all mine, Asher.
And then I'll kind of say goodbye and take her hand or whatever.
Yeah,
See you
absolutely.
around.
She goes, still have my card?
Wouldn't lose it.
I know you wouldn't. And she kind of pats your cheek. She turns around and walks away.
Arthur?
Yep.
We might have a fight to get into later.
I'm down.
I say we go find Maxwell.
I do
Any
too.
objections?
Let's do it.
This is gonna be fun.
Okay. You guys exit the Golden Cloud Inn. They scratch your names as you did not buy rooms, so they scratch your names out from the ledger. And you were told it was outside the district of this, not too far away. I'm sure that with a good investigation check, you guys could find it very easily. So whoever wants to...
I'm good at those. I say before I roll. Ooh, I really shouldn't have said that. Okay, 9.
Yeah, that's a little rough. It takes you like the better part of an hour or so to find this place, so you're kind of broaching like 7 o'clock now. But eventually you find the Leaky Tankard. Very simple place. It's not like overly done, but it's not shoddy at all. It's well kept. But yeah, you guys can enter. Very normal tavern in here. It's quite bustling compared to the other place though, because unlike the other place, there's no military presence here. No one important is probably staying here, so it's very normal.
If I'm gonna be the one betting against Arthur,
I may not even need to throw the fight.
that's true.
Because if it's just some guy they're finding, it's probably going to be a more... Actually, it might be in Arthur's favor, honestly.
We don't know if this fight has rules. We know nothing about this. Either way, I don't. If it's not illegal, I can be seen. I think we have one person stay back and not be seen with the crowd in case we do think we need to bet against Arthur. And then we can call on them because they haven't been seen with us. And we can even go 2 and 2 if we want to play it safe.
I could throw on the Valenti armor and just walk around like a guard.
Good.
I'm pretty good at being inconspicuous. If you want me to go find somewhere just to chill out for a second, and you can, use your speaking thing to me if you need me.
Yeah, if
We
you
can
just
do
find
that.
a high point with a lot of visibility, I can probably message you at any point.
Okay.
Like on a roof or some shit.
Okay. Can I look around and see if there's anything like that, Ian?
I mean, there's rooftops aplenty around you. If you're just in front of this leaky tankard inn, then there is easily enough. You could make a dexterity check and try and get on top. It's just being stealthy about it is another thing. So.
Yes, or
Yeah, you could also just like act like a civilian. You.
yeah, I think I'm just gonna act like a civilian.
Yeah, it's easy enough for you to post up and be normal.
Henrik, are you coming with us or are you staying with him?
Now chill outside.
Perfect. Arthur, anything you want to say before we walk in? Speak to Maxwell.
I think I'm good.
Perfect.
Okay, you guys walk in, and there's, like I said, it's a very happening place. Bar's active, the booths are full, the tables are somewhat full. There's waiters running in and out of the kitchen.
Do I notice anyone with long black hair, a scarred face?
Make a
and
perception
stuffed
check.
hoodie?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I'd like to assist him.
Absolutely.
Please do.
You have advantage.
Do I have advantage?
The help action gives you advantage. Yeah.
Oh, bet. Okay. Thank God. 17. Before that, it was a nat one.
There is a man all by himself in a booth, just kind of like looking at his cup, and he has a like thick leather tome next to him.
What
very
does it
familiar.
look like he's drinking?
Just probably ale out of a tankard.
Right. I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna buy 3 ales.
Okay. That'll only run you a gold piece.
That's fucking insane. Rich are getting taxed, dude.
Well, the rich are rich, so.
Perfect. I'm gonna give one to Arthur, take one for myself, and I'll carry the other one.
Yeah.
We'll go up to who I assume is Maxwell, and I'll say, "Are you Mr. Man?" And I'll hand out my cup.
Yes, I am Mr. Man. What can I do you for, friend?
I hear that you're kind of in charge of the fights, or you run something with the fights.
He has like a bookmark in the leather tome, and he flips it open, pulls out a quill. So you're here to fight.
Well, not me, of course.
He looks you up and down and goes, I should have known. Looks at Arthur. So you're here
Yeah,
to fight.
Yeah, Arthur's like mid-drink and he just nods.
Alright, well. The next bout wasn't supposed to be tonight, but we were waiting on a challenger. So you guys can either schedule it as soon as you want, but no later than 2 days from now.
Do we know who the opponent is? Can we know who the opponent is?
I could tell you if you sign up.
Arthur.
Count me in.
All right. The buy-in for the person who is fighting is 20 gold.
Arthur will put in his own gold.
Okay.
Okay.
He takes 20 gold. He says, "That's just the coverage fee. It goes to the winner out of the pot. So it's just a 40 gold win, 20 gold win, basically to the winner from just those two. However, if you wish to raise the stakes before the fight, we can talk with Gunter. His name is Gunter, is your opponent. He is a half Goliath male. He is the reigning champion for a couple weeks now. It's been pretty hard to find a challenger, so, you know, that's kind of why I didn't tell you, honestly. But look, I think he'll do great. You guys are more than welcome to try and raise the stakes if you want to meet with him before the fight. But yeah, what are you guys looking to fight? And he writes down your name and the gold next to it, and he says, "When are you guys looking to fight?"
Arthur, do you have a preferred time? Do you want to get a night's rest, or?
I'd like to do it tonight.
Okay. I don't really know where Gunter is. I can find him probably.
I'd love to talk with him first to see what we can do about these stakes.
Okay, yeah. Are you his manager? Is he your manager or something? What's going on here?
Kind of.
Okay. Look, yeah, where can I find you guys? I need to go find Gunter. I don't know where he is right now. And also, to get hype around this fight, you know, I'm the bookie. I take bets and everything. I would say earliest we can do is probably midnight.
Sounds good to me. We can. Well, I can hang around here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that'd make it easy.
Jonathan?
Alright, he closes the tome. He says, well, I'll see you guys as soon as I find Gunter. I'll be back. And he scurries off, and he kind of, like, grabs another person and is, like, starting to, like, ask him questions and everything and walks out the door. The better part, is there anything the two of you are going to do, Kevrick and Onsis, and is there anything that you two are going to do while you're waiting, Arthur and Asher?
Well, Arthur, I don't think Arthur will.
Okay.
Nah, I'm just loitering.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. The time goes by slowly. Not much happens. It broaches 9 p.m. And running down the street, you see a large half Goliath man with a black-haired figure with a black stubbly beard, Kevrick and Onsis. And he runs back into the tavern with this man. You see them enter the tavern now. They sit down at the booth across from you. Gunter sits there, very upright, hands kind of like in a business motion, and he just sits there silently, kind of furrowing his brow. And Maxwell goes, okay, you said you wanted to talk about stakes, right? Gunter, do you have anything that would you want to raise the stakes? And he goes, up to you.
I'm gonna reach my hand out. I'm gonna say, the name's Andrew. Nice to meet you.
He hits it away. I don't shake little people's hands. He looks at you, Arthur, and extends his hand to you.
He's gonna like consider it for a second and go, you know, I don't appreciate you smacking away my friend's hand, but I'll let it slide this time. And he's gonna shake it.
He shakes your hand and says, He just grunts. And then Maxwell goes, okay, don't fight in here. Stakes. Are you guys wanting to raise them?
Well, it's a championship fight, right?
Technically, yes, you would be taking the reign, the title of champion for now.
I want to raise him, Arthur.
I think it's only natural.
What are you guys talking?
Extra 100?
Gunter says, deal. Drops the pack, gets up, and walks out of the bar. Maxwell says, okay, well, he already knows where the pit is. So what you're going to want to do is about midnight, I will see you guys, and he actually will pull out like a rough map, and he'll just marks it. It's like the far western point of the bridge, and it's in like just kind of not like a coliseum, but it's in like a circle-ish, it's like a fairground area. Okay. He says, tell people about it, get the word out. I gotta make money off this too somehow, so, you know, let people know.
Will do. I'll look at Arthur before we get up. Gotta make this one count.
guess so.
Yes, yes, you must. And he marks the 120 gold. And he says, highest pot for a fight we've had in a while, guys. If you guys do some promoting, this might get pretty big, honestly. I mean, you guys don't have a lot of time, but, you know, you guys can try.
I got an idea.
All right, I hope to see you guys there. I'm going to do my best as well. Closes the tome, puts it, like, in this pouch, and he goes, oh, man, I love a good fight night. I'll see you guys there. Have a happy hunting in your advertising. And he sprints out. He is a working man. He's getting ready to go.
All right. I think that we can make this work. Do some bar hopping, do some gossiping.
Okay, let's fucking do it.
How much can we advertise this? Like, surely not like town crier level, right?
I don't think we can advertise it, but I think we can just spread the word through like word of mouth. Like, hey, you hear like, you know, there's a fight going on tonight.
So, what are you guys going to be doing? Let me know, and then I'll call for some checks here and there to see what you guys do. As well as some more creative things could also get you some higher benefits. So, you know, think outside the box.
Because Arthur's not good at like embellishing a story. Because like he could try to make up a whole story of like, yeah, some guy went in and disrespected the champ's mother, so they're fighting tonight. Like do some like wrestling thing, like make up a story.
Sunday.
But Arthur's plan, unless someone else has like anything to add on, would be just like carousing and just like mentioning the fight to people. Like especially in this bar because it's like there's so many people in here.
Can I cast minor illusion with like basically I just want it to be like vibrant letters of like a headline fight that looks
sick,
like kind of like one of those old posters.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do that, and I want to have it just like scrolling in front of wherever the fight's going to take place. Are we doing that?
As soon as you guys hear word about it, you post up in front, and people who walk by, they take note of it, but I think that without maybe you guys saying something, people aren't going to take too much notice.
Wait,
Well,
where is it?
We're
How
gonna need
big
a
are
town
these
crier.
letters? So we
I
can
think,
town crier this?
I think so.
I think
I was gonna say,
minor illusion
if we
can
can
be
town-
somewhat large.
If we can town crier this, I'm busting out a noise stick and we're getting down to business.
Minor illusion.
It can be
sound, image, or an object within range, duration. It can be someone, so it can no larger than a 5-foot cube. It can be 5 feet tall. So that's
yeah,
pretty big.
I'm going to. I will look towards your. Watch this, and I'll just kind of snap my fingers, and I want it to look like one of those old time like Muhammad Ali style like banners, but it is tinted in this like red orange glow, and it's like the top of the letters are like on fire,
Sick.
just like crackling.
Absolutely.
I was like, this should get us started.
And then Kevrick, you
Where's
said
that
you
method?
were. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Kevrick, you said you were going to be breaking some of these sticks, and
I was gonna throw a stick underneath it to get everyone's attention. What noise does it make?
as soon as you break it,
It'd be like,
you hear.
everyone has to look that direction, surely,
Oh,
right?
it gathers quite the attention. Within
Oh,
the 30
hell yeah.
feet around you, people are just like, "What the fuck?" And then they look at the poster, and people start coming around. And if you're messaging these people, the word starts to get out. People are like, "Hmm." And then like they might tell a friend or two. I will say this does garner a guard's attention for him to come out and say, "Oi, what the fuck is going on? We had a report of just like someone yelling and then voices in people's heads. What's going on?"
Nothing going on here, sir.
That's clearly not the case.
Just
There is a
fine, let's
kill
giant
this guy.
poster about a fight, and there was messages about a fight. What is going on?
Other than the fight going on, but everyone knows about
Look,
that,
Okay.
right?
So everyone knows about the big fight.
Everyone knows about the big fight.
Make a persuasion check for me.
It's just everyone's so hyped about it.
Fucking gosh.
Just for flavor too, I titled this poster "Battle of the Giants."
19.
Wow.
Let's
He goes,
go.
look, keep the spells to yourself. Stop talking in people's heads. Just fucking scream it out loud. At least that way I know what you're saying, okay? And he just
Alright.
kind of walks across the street and post up.
All right, then I guess I'll flip over my soapbox underneath the poster.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "Come one, come all, the battle of the century. Arthur the shipwright versus Goliath. A true David and Goliath matchup."
Yeah, make a
Oh,
persuasion check with advantage because you have
Let's
all of this
go.
help around you.
And
The
because you
mage hand
killed
is just
that.
gonna be pointing at the side.
21.
Oh, okay. People start to take notice. There's people that come up and say, normal place, right?
Normal place.
And they just take off. And people are starting to get the word. 21's pretty good. If you guys want to move around, I would say you guys could probably make a journey to like one more place and one more check of this kind of same routine to get like a little more attention. Before
Yeah, so-
before the midnight time needs to come around.
Alrighty.
Yeah, go ahead and make one more persuasion check for me. Are you guys changing up anything about this performance, or?
I'm leaving the cantrip, the minor illusion, in front of the venue.
Yeah, sure. I think
Yes,
as soon as you
do you
walk like
have-
30 feet away, it disappears, but
Kevrick, do you have
unless you
well.
want to keep it with you.
Well, if
Have
I'm
what?
walking more than 30 feet, yeah, I keep it just hovering kind of with us.
Okay.
Do I have
you
bless?
bless perchance?
Yeah, I was gonna bless you before the fight started.
Okay, yeah, I was like, we might be able to if
We're
it's not if it
cheating.
doesn't leave an outward effect.
Also,
That's what I was reading about. I have no how much money's in the pot. I wasn't listening.
It's 120 gold.
per side.
Mm, that's not bad.
Also, technically, I could commandeer the heroism potion for the fight.
How can we commandeer a heroism potion?
I'm here, but I can be not here.
We stealing that shit.
Is that worth it though?
I don't know, man. You get like 5 health points, I think, from that.
Well, you also get
10
the
health
effect.
points, but you get blessed without
yeah, you have the effects of
concentration.
bless.
Oh shit,
It's kind of
And
nice.
10 temp HP at level 3 is pretty nice.
that is
Yeah.
actually really good.
And we don't know how strong this guy is.
Hey, and if you want someone who can probably just get in there with never without ever being seen, I could go steal it for you.
So instead of promoting, I guess we could break off and I'll do a little bit more promoting and you guys go steal that shit real quick then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so down for this.
Francis, do you want to be invisible or are you good? Should I save it for myself if shit gets wicked?
Do you have it as a spell?
Yeah.
Like it's not consumed upon use, like you could use that another time
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So I'll be invisible. I won't break invisibility by doing anything, right? Other than
Unless you-
attacking, right?
Cast a spell or attack.
Yeah. It's pretty hard to break if you're not like taking actions.
Yeah. Well, let's do that.
Let's go somewhere not in the middle of the street.
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, I think that guard's probably giving us the stink eye.
Yeah,
Um,
we're gonna turn the corner, find an alley or something. real quick.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys can
And
find a
then-
place.
I'm just gonna like tap him on his shoulder, and then he's just gonna be gone.
Okay.
I imagine it's like if we were thinking about it like cinematically, we're like walking, you see both of us. There's like an alley, and then like only Asher is on the other side.
Nice, yeah. Kev, go ahead and make a persuasion check. You won't have advantage on this one, but this will just be to see how much more hubbub you can drum up.
15.
Okay, so over the next hour or so, you do pretty well by yourself. Or with Arthur if he's with you as well. Either way, you guys get some more drum throughout the city. Not as quite as successful as the first one, but definitely people are still taking interest and people know about it. And you also have no idea how well Maxwell has done on advertising. So
Not as good as us.
Fucking probably not. 21 and 15 is pretty good. Okay. Mr. Mans over here, Onsis, what is going on with you and stealing shit right now?
Um.
Also,
So-
a weapon, not after the oldest, but just way cooler.
They'll definitely, yeah, that would definitely. Okay, so anyways, I will go back to the place that this potion is at.
Yeah, I'll say since you know the way, it only takes you about 15 minutes to get back there.
Sure, and then I'm just going to look for weaknesses in the structure.
Okay, make an investigation check for me. Oh wait, there we go.
Is 16.
Okay. You scope out the entirety of the shop. You remember that very blatantly the front door had a bell.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he doesn't see you, it's going to be very hard to get in there stealthily. You go around all sides of it, and the left side adorns another building. The right side is on a main street, but you are invisible, and there is a window there. It is not open or anything, but there is a window. There is a second floor as well that has a window that is open. You're not sure what it leads into. And then on the back side, there is a door that is solid. You can't see through it or anything. You're not sure if it's locked or anything like that. And then above it, there's another window that is closed.
So I'm going to use my my spidey slips, and I'm going to walk up the side of the building.
So
Shit.
This is where I think if you're invisible, I don't think you can. And I will still require you to roll a stealth check for me real quick. If
That's fine.
you're invisible, I think casting the spell will break this stealth check.
So
Will break invisibility.
So this doesn't seem to be a spell. Like, it doesn't say like a spell. It says while you wear these light shoes, you can move up, down, and across vertical surfaces and upside down along ceilings while leaving your hands free. You have a climbing speed equal, and basically it just goes on to blah blah blah. But it doesn't say that I have to cast anything, and it doesn't say it's a spell. It does say wondrous item uncommon requires attunement. Does attunement mean that it would require that would be a spell?
I think that
Attunement just means you need to focus on it for an hour.
yeah, so it just takes up an attunement slot. Doesn't say it's the spell. I was under the impression that it was, so yeah, roll a stealth check for me still, because you are still in a busy street, so with advantage because you're invisible.
25.
Okay, very good. You begin to climb this wall towards the open window, and people are like, you're trying to like weave through people in this main thoroughfare and like kind of get around them and approach the wall. You reach the wall and you begin to climb, and you get towards the window, and you kind of get it to where you're getting in, and you look inside, and there is the very familiar man that was working the shop, named Gaelic. He is taking off his boots, and he's kind of like folding up some clothes. He's wearing a different attire now. This is his bedroom.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until he gets into his bed.
Okay, yeah. He gets into bed
Is
rather
he-
quickly. He just has like a candle lit to his bedside and is reading a book.
Okay. I will. Oh fuck! No, I won't. Okay. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna creep my way in. Foot step by step. I put my first foot in.
Okay. Just make an acrobatics check to see if you can get through this thin window opening. It's not like impossibly thin. It's just small. 24?
Oh,
Shit. Yeah, you like dislocate your shoulder and just kind of like glide in. Takes no time at all. You're in his room. He's not aware of you.
cool. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see if there's anything in the vicinity, or something that's left out, like in the open, that I see of value.
It looks like there's a bunch of ledgers and like books on like a table and on a shelf. There is like a chest at the foot of the bed. There's a dresser. There's a mirror above the dresser. But to find anything specific, it'd be an investigation check. And also there is a door that is closed at the far side of the room that leads out into the hallway.
Did he take the box out of his coat, or was it just there?
You remember it was like out from underneath the counter.
Okay.
Which is downstairs.
Well, if you're looking for the potion of heroism, he actually went into the back and got it, and then brought it to the front.
Okay.
Okay, I will just take a quick peek at the ledger to see who he was selling the potion to.
God damn it, son of a bitch. Okay,
Now he's gonna make up a name.
no, the ledger is not open. However, this is something that is small enough where it can be done with a successful check. I think that making a simple dexterity check will be good for this. Because it's just you being nimble and light and kind of like being able to do it to where you peek in and see where it is. And also, he told you almost exactly the time that it was fucking ordered, so you know exactly where to go.
I rolled. I don't have advantage or anything, right?
You do not.
Okay, 17.
Okay. You see a name that does actually pique your interest. It's strange. You wouldn't have thought that this would be important. However, it is a bastardization of a name that you're very familiar with now. Instead of Jahal, it is Gahal.
No way.
Okay. Cool. I'll take that information and just I'm gonna leave the ledger exactly where it is.
The order also specified a very large amount of them. So you either assume that the shopkeeper was lying and he has a fuck ton of these now and he has no idea what to do with them,
We really stealing them.
or he has sold quite a bit of them and has been peddling it off as he's been selling, or he's been like struggling to sell this one to keep up the facade. So either way, you're not really sure yet, but
If he has multiple, then we might actually be able to get away with stealing it, and he just doesn't know which one's gone. Maybe.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I am going to. That door is shut to his bedroom.
it is.
Well, that's fine. So where was the? There was a window on the main level.
There
right?
was. It was closed and also had not like there was. You couldn't see through it, so you're either assuming there's drapes or something on the other side.
Okay. I will go down the way that I came as quietly as possible. Do you want me to make any kind of check to see if I can get
I
out?
think because you rolled a 24, basically the acrobatics was to see if you could get in without making noise, like through a thin space. I think it holds because you rolled so well, and your stealth check still holds as well. There's not necessarily anything you've done to alert someone, so I think you're good to get out.
Okay, cool. And I'm gonna go and find the window that was closed on the main level.
Okay.
And I will try and open it.
You kind of like get on like some sort of a lip and just it doesn't open, it doesn't budge. It's probably locked from the inside. Keegan just
So
got
the
up and
door-
locked his window.
So the door beeps. That window is locked.
There
His
is-
upstairs bedroom door is closed, and is there another entrance?
There's a back door, and there was a window above the back door.
Is the window above the back door closed?
It is closed right now, yeah. You're not sure. You can't really see into it. It's dark on the other side, but you can't see if it's because there's something on the other side or just because of the lack of light. Because it is growing towards evening hours. It is 9:30, 10 now, probably. So.
Okay. I'm gonna go up to the second floor window above the back door, and I'm going to just try and open it as well, lightly.
The back door is locked.
Or I'm sorry, not the back door, the back window.
Okay, yeah, you walk up the wall. You kind of like finesse your way into like bending accordingly and everything. And it is not locked. It is harder to open, but it is not locked. And on the other side, it is just drapes. You can see.
Okay. Well, I'm going in.
I will
through
require
there.
you to make. Let's call it another stealth check to open this window stealthily, because you don't know if it makes noise or anything, so just a way to do it slowly.
Get 24.
You just kind of slide the left side up a little bit, the right side up a little bit, and it does begin to but you go slow enough where it doesn't matter. And you get it to a point where you think you can comfortably enter. Are you gonna try and like peek through the drapes first or anything, or are you just going in?
Yeah, so just with my 2 fingers, I want to put them in between the drapes and just like open them ever so slightly and look through.
Okay, as you do, you see the door that you were just on the other side of.
That's what I thought.
This is the hallway that has the stairs that go down into the main area, and it's almost like an L shape where you're in like this little like holding area, then a door, and then another door where you assume there is another room that you're not sure what it is.
Okay. I'm going to go downstairs. All those doors are downstairs, yes?
Those 2 doors I just described are upstairs. You can go down the stairs if you wish. You don't know what's downstairs yet.
That's fine. I'm not going to go. I'm not gonna go downstairs yet. Well, actually, no. I lied. I am gonna go downstairs while I'm invisible.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to think of like the best way to use my resources because
absolutely.
if I cast anything, I lose the invisibility.
So I need to know
I'm gonna-
also where and when did you cast invisibility on him before he even went to the store? Because that's going to be 15 minutes of invisibility. Invisibility lasts for an hour, I'm pretty sure. So you're probably broaching 30 minutes now on invisibility.
Yeah, I cast it on him in that other way.
Okay, so yeah, you're just broaching about 30 minutes, so keep that in mind.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the room where he pulled that scroll or the potion out of. Is the door closed?
So as you go down the stairs, you see it kind of comes to a wall. There's a section that leads to a door at the far end of the room, and then to your left, basically, as you come off the stairs, there is just like a line of shelves and like aisles that hold a bunch of materials and everything. You'd have to do some investigating to find what you're looking for.
That's fine. I'm moving quickly but quietly,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna investigate to try and find that potion.
Okay, yeah, do an investigation check.
18. Let's go.
You see on the shelves that he is looking pretty dried out. He wasn't telling a lie about the military coming in and like getting a lot of things. Even his raw materials are leaving. There is a very fine wooden case on a shelf. It has golden inlays and a nice golden lock on it. And it's like a maybe this big around, and it's got maybe like 6 inches of depth. It's a little bit deeper than that, but like 6 inches of depth. stands on 4 legs. And then at the on a like a wine rack that holds a bunch of different bottles of wine. It's almost that for potions, and you see 12 of these same light blue potions, and all of them have the same name on them, the bastardized Jahal or Gahal.
Okay, so I'm grabbing instantly one of the heroism potions.
Okay, yeah, you can slip one out.
I do want to look inside what's in the shiny case.
It is locked.
Okay.
Break that shit.
I don't know, man.
Everything
what's
is
in the
good.
golden case?
I am first going to break the invisibility, and if I were to cast silence, this is a spherical area, correct? Would it be big enough to encapsulate the majority of the building I'm in from this room?
Oh, fuck, I clicked silence 2016 film. Hold on. Let me look this up.
This is a lot of effort to
Internet
cheat
fucking blows.
in a pit fight.
Goated internet. Good.
It looks like it's a 20-foot radius sphere. Yeah, I mean, it would encompass most of the area. I mean, it would absolutely encompass most of, like, this downstairs area.
And the... Okay, yeah, cool.
Above you. 20-foot radius, right?
I mean, does it go through walls?
So you could maneuver in a way where it's only like a dome over you, basically, because you could put it into the ground and basically have it.
Sure, and I can cast it away from me too. So
yeah,
like,
you can maneuver it in a way where like it's just like you in this area that you're in.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to be more. Like, I want the guy upstairs to be at least in this, and I want the door too, if possible, the one that rings.
Okay, I will say. You can do one or the other. You cannot do both, because his room is in the back left, and the door is at the very front right.
Okay, and I can't like use, like, I don't have thieves' tools, so like I couldn't pick this lock by any other means. I would have to break this.
If you don't
correct?
have thieves' tools, it would have to be breaking.
Okay. I will leave the golden like box alone.
Nah.
That's Avalanche.
So you're leaving the box?
Come on.
Don't let him get to you. Don't let him get to you.
Open the box.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I need to know.
I'm leaving the box. I am going to go up.
You hear. So how many potions did you swipe, first of all?
Uno.
Okay. You hear the upstairs door open.
Okay.
And you're not
Well,
hearing fast footfalls, but you hear.
Well, I'm technically still invisible. I have not cast.
You
silence
didn't
yet.
cast anything. Yeah, I'm just saying that you do hear this.
Okay, cool. Well, I am getting out of that room, and I'm just going to make sure that I don't make a single noise, but I'm going to be ready to go up the stairs.
Okay. You see the man come down the stairs, and he looks over the edge, and he looks at something, and then he walks down the stairs and walks towards the potion rack. The potion rack is in like the back left corner. There's an aisle that splits it down the middle. If you want to maneuver around the other side of them and back up the stairs on that side, you more than welcome to. But he's moving in that direction, so.
Yeah, I mean, basically, as he comes down the stairs, I want to go by.
Yeah, he goes. What the? I didn't sell one today. Why is it gone? And he just looks confused. He's not piecing it together just yet because he got. You see that he was alerted some way to something happening.
I see.
We also have the benefit of like who steals one potion.
Yeah, I'm
If you're dipping, you're dipping. I mean,
I'm dipping. I'm
yeah.
getting out.
I will say make one more stealth check for me.
5.
I would say that.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, Kev.
14. Even with advantage. This is like the one I really needed probably, and I'm gonna fuck it all up.
You don't make an overt sound, but as you walk up the stairs, they're just a of the stairs, and he turns around quickly. He can't see you. You are invisible, but he looks down at this like whatever like tablet is in his hand again. Or, it's not like a tablet; it's like a stone tablet.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, but he like looks down at it and says, "If someone's in this room and he is reaching for something, like on one of the shelves, are you just kind of like breaking necking it, or are you trying to like recenter and like stealth yourself through it?"
Am I trying to what or stealth stealth
Are you
myself through
trying
it?
to just like break stealth and speed out of here, or are you trying to like recenter and stealth through it?
No, I'm definitely recentering. I'm remembering just certain training techniques, staying calm, assessing the situation.
Are you like, what's your positioning like now? Are you staying on the stairs? Are you going to continue to move up them?
I'm definitely still moving up.
Okay, I will say make another stealth check for me.
$19.
The noise does not continue, and as he's reaching and you're walking up the stairs, you lose sight, but you hear behind you a poof, and it like is a cloud of fog that explodes in the area that you were just in. He says, "I'll fucking find ya!" And he begins to walk towards the stairs, but you have avoided whatever would have probably shown your figure for this instant. So if you're leaving, now is probably your time to do so.
Yep, I'm outie. I'm out that window so quick.
Okay, yeah, you exit out the window that you came in. Are you gonna close the window or anything of the like?
No, because technically the window, was it open? Or
it was
that
closed.
the lock
upstairs one was closed. It wasn't locked. It was just closed.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely close it, I
Okay.
guess.
Are you doing it stealthily, or are you just kind of and then dipping?
I mean, I guess I have to do it stealthily. I don't want
Okay.
him to hear anything. So if you want me to make another roll, I can roll.
I will say make. Yeah, I will say just make a stealth check just to see if you can do it quietly.
I love the like every action Ansys does is to gaslight this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14 again.
You get
With
about
advantage.
3/4 of the way, and then you're like, fuck it, this last little bit is probably fine, and it's just enough where you can hear boop, 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 boop on the other side of it, but you were outside this window. And you were stuck to the wall, invisible. You're probably approaching 40 minutes on invis, so.
All right. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay invisible until, and it's kind of like the reverse version of what Asher did to, like, invis me. I just like walk into an alley invisible, and then on the other side I come out, just like as you can see me.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you don't hear anything for a while, and you were out in the night street by yourself. You seem to have gotten away with your heist.
Go.
All right.
For at least the time being. You enter an alley, and you exit out the other, completely seen, and you, actually, around the same area that you left, your friends are still there, so.
Cool. I'm going to, this will be kind of funny. I can make a check if you need me to, but I'm going to try and put it inside of Arthur's bag or whatever. Like, I'm gonna try to put it on Arthur's person without him knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say make a sleight of hand check, just for funsies. And then, Arthur,
24.
what's your Oh, it's definitely not that
I
high.
don't. Yeah, I don't think I could. I don't think I could even roll that high.
Yeah.
It will
you
also
definitely don't
just
notice.
be, I'll be behind Arthur, and I'll just whisper in his ear, check your pocket.
What? I'm gonna reach in his pocket.
Yeah, you see a light blue potion with like in a vial, and it's got a cork on it.
He's like, you actually.
Yeah, I mean, I was invisible. It's actually pretty easy.
I don't know. Part of me thought, whatever.
I'm gonna just look at Monster and say good work.
He like nods in approval.
Okay. You guys have maybe about an hour before like the fight is supposed to start. If you guys want to start heading in that direction, kind of getting ready and addressing your corner as well.
Yep.
You guys get towards that side of the city. Maxwell is actually there organizing a crowd. He is there's stands already, and he's like ushering people to seats and like sitting them down. You guys did pretty well. It's not a packed house, but it's pretty close. There's people standing. There's not enough seats kind of deal, but it's not the fucking massive amounts of people.
Yeah.
Maxwell is running up to you guys, and he says, okay, last thing we need to check, right, guys, is rules. So the way we can do this, we just can't have anyone dying. But if you guys want to do weapons, we can do weapons. If you guys want to do, like, no armor, we can do no armor. If you guys have armor sets, we can do that. It's kind of up to the fighters to decide. As the reigning champ, he abides by the rules you set.
All right. No armor, hand to hand.
He says, okay. Wow. Usually people come in here trying to fucking chop each other's arms off and everything. This will be a good one. Okay. He marks it down and he goes, well, I've got bets to take for the next 45 minutes. If you guys are serious about this, get your corner ready. I think the fans want you to win, Arthur. You guys put on a hell of a show somewhere.
Well, let's see what he can do.
Yeah, you guys begin to kind of take seats. What are you guys doing, like, in this corner? Like, what is Arthur's, like, prep for this fight? Are you undressing, you know, getting people hyped up? What's going on here?
I think before he kind of gets to the corner, he's just gonna, like... Because he wants to take the potion, like, discreetly. Well, actually, how big is the vial? Like, could he just grip the whole vial and it just looks like it's a flask?
I would say, yeah, it's not like this long or anything. It could probably fit into your palm pretty easily. It would be it would be somewhat easy to disguise.
Yeah, I think he would just try to make it look like it's like a flask and he just kind of drank from it.
Absolutely. I think it's more than easy to do with the humbub around.
Really quick, I will talk to Arthur and be like, hey, what kind of music you into?
Oh,
Something to get you pumped up.
what was that stuff Shakira always played? Because the only thing, what type of music would, if she was able to get, music would Shakira have playing in her like tavern? Because that's kind of what he would mostly be listening to.
So, her establishment is well respected. She doesn't get, you know, the devil's advocate, but she has pretty well-known local people play. I would say that you can pick a genre, and I'll kind of like try and fit the fantasy version to that.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Because in my head, I want to like go for like a jazzy, like noir vibe, just because that's kind of close to what Arthur is. So
Sure.
I think something like that.
Yeah, I would say easily enough. There is a group of human males and women that are of different color and ethnicity and everything that have this like perfect amalgamation of like this like 50s blues and jazz with like a modern like R&B style mix almost. It's like lutes and drums, but also like the keys. It's pretty impressive how well they've mashed it up. It's kind of your go-to nights to go to the bar.
Okay.
As he's like getting ready and like getting hyped up, the mage's hand is gonna be like helping him take off all of his armor and shit.
Sick. Okay.
Actually, you know what might be horrifying for Asher to learn is Arthur is not wearing armor. Like, there's no
At all?
armor under his stuff. He does not
Well,
wear armor.
whatever the fuck you're wearing.
Yeah, like it'll probably take off like his
off.
trench coat. Like he kind of has like that like white suit underneath
Yeah.
Yeah.
with like the yeah.
Yeah. The crowd begins to see this mage hand kind of like pull the trench coat off. Are you going like shirtless and just like pants and?
No, just like it's more just like that suit with like the kind of I don't know what it's called. Because it's kind of like a bit like suspenders, but it has like that white like kind of suit underneath.
Yeah. You see like one of like the fight organizers walks up with like wraps and he says, "Do you want your knuckles?"
Oh, sure, and he's gonna like roll up his sleeves.
Yeah, and he begins to tape your knuckles up and goes in between your fingers and everything.
As this is happening, I'm like starting to like basically bring in the volume of music with my minor illusion cantrip
Absolutely.
of the song from that or the music from that group.
Yeah, and he the dude pulls out like this jar of like white ointment and goes, "All right, down please." He's pretty short. He needs to reach up to you, and he wipes it across your forehead on your eyebrows and like kind of like down the back of your cheekbone. And he goes, "Okay. I think you're all good. You guys agreed on no weapons and no armor. It looks like you're all good." He kind of like feels like your arms and like your pads and everything, make sure you're all good. And then he runs over to Gunter and kind of does the same routine.
Isn't there someone from either corner watching this happen on the opposite corner?
What do you mean?
So like usually like in modern fighting, like someone from the other corner is watching that person get wrapped.
Oh yes, yeah. You can go over there and like supervise. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, can I be?
Oh wait, did you guys throw in bets?
I mean,
Not yet. Not yet.
I bet, but can I be on Gunther's corner?
Yeah, you can go over there. And, yeah, no, absolutely. It's not like it's not a rule that you have to be there. Like it's not an official thing, but you can be there if you want.
Also, real quick, does Charm Person work with Asher's ring?
What do you mean?
Like, if I use Charm Person on somebody, can I use the ring?
Oh, no, because you do not persuade them in that instance. They view you as a friend.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm going to go over to Gunther's corner, and after he's getting wrapped, because he doesn't shake little people's hands, I'm going to reach out my mage's hand.
Just a little bit bigger.
So quite a bit bigger, and say, once again, the name's Andrew. Best of luck.
He grabs the spectral hand, shakes it. Weak grip for weak man, and turns around and kind of and begins to stretch and kind of like loosen his shoulders up.
Does that count?
No, you didn't do a persuasion check.
Look, he thinks my name's Andrew. Can I use a persuasion check?
He doesn't give a fuck what your name is.
Fuck, man.
This is a man who fights for a living. How many brain cells do you think he has?
Well, clearly he'll fucking lie if I can't persuade him.
You can try something else. Like, you just have to give me a good idea that...
Hmm.
We're gonna get this, and he's gonna have like 90 hit points.
I know, dude. I'm just... Fuck. Okay. He's already turned around, though.
He's
already-
like in his corner, like getting jazzed. He's like loosening up his shoulders. But he's like not looking at you, yeah.
Fuck, I don't really know.
At the same time, Max will pipe up. All right, everyone, get your last minute bets in here. Get your last minute bets. Let's go. Come on, everyone, get your bets in.
Got it.
Are we allowed to bet on him, or is it against the rules?
So, the whole point of you throwing 120 gold in is that your circle cannot exceed that 120 gold limit. So you guys cannot bet more than 120 gold on the fight.
Well, I'll take the rest of my gold, which is
Oh boy. That's a lot of
31.
pressure.
We need
31 gold.
we need to also. Oh.
I can't
But we
bet,
could.
right?
But
You
we
can't
could.
bet anything because you were expected to be his manager. You can't bet anything.
So, but if we
You
put
it in the
100,
pot.
yeah, if we put 120 on the other guy, then we're just gonna come out even.
Yeah.
So
The whole point is to ensure that you're not going in there and throwing. Yeah.
yeah, damn, they're smart. All right. Well, I guess we'll just rock
So
with this.
he didn't see Kevrick and Onsis with the group though until just now.
How much gold do you have left on you, Asher?
A lot.
How much can we put on this other guy?
So you guys also know that the part of the bets, it's 20. You guys don't know the exact split yet. I'll say that much. But you know that some of it does go to the winner. It's not just all for Maxwell.
Also, we just fucking stole hella shit and I put a fuck ton of money in for Arthur. I don't think we're having Arthur throw this fight anymore. I think we're trying.
Yeah, I don't think.
Well,
No,
but
Arthur's gonna win.
if we pay $120 to Arthur, but we can put 500 down on this other guy, like.
Then we're gonna lose 500 if Arthur wins, which we're hoping for.
Well, then we just make Arthur lose. Have you taken the potion yet? Actually, I'm not even here. I'm not even down there. Oh, fuck.
Because Arthur already took the potion. So
Fine,
I
fuck
don't know
it.
how to fucking persuade this guy anymore, so I'm just gonna do my duties as the person.
You guys see a
watching
pretty sturdy line of people putting bets in, and you hear Maxwell cry out that there is a 10 gold minimum. So it's not like you can throw in a bronze piece. It is at least 10 gold, which is a solid amount of money.
I say we toss in another 100 on Arthur then.
I have 31. That's it.
I have 0.
I mean, can I technically give on
he-
gold and then he gives it to the bookie?
I guess if it's
So
discreet.
I mean, yeah, the whole way the pot works is that everyone who bets on the person that wins will get a part of the winnings back to them. They will get their investment in, and then also a part of the pot as their share depicts. So if they put in 10 gold, they get that 10 gold percentage of the total pot.
Yeah.
So they will basically end up just accruing a little bit more. If the larger you bet in, the more you will receive out. It's a gambling system.
Yeah, for sure. So can I give money to Ansis and have him go bet it?
If you
for
want
me?
to do it discreetly.
Yeah, I'll discreetly walk by Ansis and kind of drop some gold in his pocket. I'll message him before.
Make a sleight of hand check. With advantage if you're alerting him to that it's happening and everything.
Yeah. 19.
Okay.
As he's walking by, notice what he's doing and almost open my pocket for him.
Absolutely. You very confidently don't think you've been seen.
Cool.
So we now have.
How much did you give me?
120 I gave you 70 for the other 100, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's all we can bet.
Yeah.
Or can I can give you.
Well, he can bet whatever. Ansis
They-
can bet whatever.
He was not aware of Ansis and Kevrick until just now, so he's not sure if you're in the circle or not. If you guys are playing it off like you're not a part of the group, then you guys could get away with it.
Okay.
I think we're
Yeah,
playing it off.
I think so. You bet 100. I bet 120. All right, we put 120 as the stakes. So technically, we have 220 in.
But
So
that
if
one-
Arthur, if
does that
Arthur were
one-
to win, he would get 120 back from the other guy.
Yeah, and then the prize pool of 100 or whatever that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys
put
see at least 15 people in line right now? Because that's already 150 gold at minimum. And that's just
I'd
in
say-
the pot. Obviously, you're not going to win all of it, but you'll win some of it.
That's probably fine.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Dan.
Okay.
I'll hop in line.
Okay, yeah. Ansis, since you're in line, you hear whispers of saying, "Nah, I've got 50 on the big guy. He hasn't lost in 6 weeks now." And then you hear someone say, "I don't know. This dude looks pretty intimidating. I mean, he's a fucking 6'8" human. How often do you see that? I mean, that's crazy." And then you see someone go, "Nah, I just got 25 on him, and I'm going 75 on the other just to be safe." And then you're hearing people talk about putting bets in higher than 10 gold. So
This guy's about to beat Arthur's ass.
Yeah.
you guys have won a pretty solid amount of the crowd so far as well, with all of this show and everything with Mage Hand and all that. I will let you guys know this mechanic as morale. The crowd can cheer with or cheer against you. And in fight, you can use a morale dice to basically re-roll an attack or a check of some kinds if the crowd is on your side.
Okay.
So going forward, you guys are going to be trying to battle with the crowd as well as the dude in the ring. And the crowd can be either Arthur winning him over with actions in fight, or with you guys on the sidelines.
Okay. So we can just do that whenever.
You guys, every turn that Arthur takes,
I
you
see.
guys will act on his
Yeah.
turn basically and try and hype the
Gotcha.
crowd up for Arthur.
Gotcha.
However, as the ante builds and you guys grow in excitement and the crowd is starting to hum and cheer for Arthur and cheer for Gunter, I think we're gonna stop here so that I can plan a cool fight for you guys.
You
next time
motherfucker.
around.
Oh
man.
god.
This is also I can buy an axe that I cannot use. At least not proficient. Like I have enough strength to compensate for it, but like I can't add my proficiency bonus for it. At least as soon as I get it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and thinking the whole time, I was like, why aren't we just stealing the axe, man?
That I think the axe is a lot more noticeable.
I was gonna say, and like you're walking around with it on your back, and then they're like, "Hey, who stole that?" And you're like, "Not me." And you have this.
No, that's
enormous
why.
axe
That's why
on
we
your
just
back.
steal it and dip out of town, man.
We
Wow.
Now we're
could've-
doing all
You
this.
guys
It's
are
just way
also
more fun,
stealing
though.
from an
It's way more fun.
artificer who enchants things for a living. So
Because it
Probably
also think
Mark.
Arthur specifically said, "I'll be back for it." Like so, it
That's
would be
true.
pretty obvious.
One, too. Yeah, we could steal that.
Like we came in that day, and that night he gets robbed.
me
I
watching
think
the
he's already
VOD back is
suspicious.
just, I'd be back for that. Huh? I
Yeah.
wonder who stole it.